Welcome to the rabbit hole, where we go deep, deep into the rabbit hole. We're like-minded me. Welcome to the rabbit hole, the truth we see. There's lizard people everywhere, the conspiracies be.
Welcome to the rabbit hole, where we go deep, uninvited from the rabbit hole. The weak-minded sheep for the open-minded people, not the little but the weak. Welcome to the rabbit hole. You sure you wanna peek?
We have before us the opportunity to forge a new world order.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Flat Earth Society. Flat Earth Society.
And for future generations.
Flat Earth Society. Flat Earth Society. We don't have time for a
new world order.
Treasure Island.
They never come back. And boy,
Yes, people, how you doing? Welcome back to the rabbit hole, where we go deep. And you know what I love about that intro music is I can see all three of the other guests in the screen here as that music's playing. I can always see Eugene dancing like this.
I'm telling you, it's catchy.
You have to get that song on Spotify. Yeah, that'll be really good.
How's everybody doing? Susie, welcome back. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very, very good. You guys?
I'm good. Yeah, great to see it. Impromptu show. I literally just went live on the Spurs Talk show, and within 5 minutes, I was like, I'm lagging a little bit today. I'm not sure if I've got the energy for this. And then I mean, what is rabbit hole time? Let's go and find out how the world really works. Eugene, how you doing, mate? Good to see you.
Doing good. Glad to be on. Best part of my day. So far.
That's sad.
So
Really?
far.
yeah.
So far. Hey,
Sorry to hear that, mate.
it's only noon.
Was it a
So
bad day in the markets already, was it?
It's only noon. So yeah, everybody just go and buy stuff off of Amazon. I need the stock to go up. So just
Don't worry about Amazon, mate.
ordering.
Mate, first quarter Amazon results are always good, mate, because everyone's a lazy little git and no one wants to go shopping anymore anywhere other than Amazon.
Nope.
So you'll be fine in January. Don't worry about that. As long as your options don't expire before then.
It's gonna be close.
Okay. Nikos, mate, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Good, mate. Good. Impromptu stream here. I saw the message. I thought, I'd be rude not to, Been quite busy the last week or so. Like Susie said a minute ago, I've had family here and stuff. So got a bit of a quiet night here with a lap over between mum coming and dad coming. So yeah, it's a perfect opportunity to jump on and see what you're rambling about.
We don't even know. Over the last few days, I've been smashing like on a few videos that have come up in my feed. And I've just uploaded them all. I haven't even had time to look at them, remember them. I downloaded them all. And when I download them, all I have is like Snap Insta Chat code and then like 723x whatever. And so I just grab, upload them in. I have no idea what any of them are. They might all be rubbish. They might be cancel worthy. I don't know. We'll find out, shall we? Before we get going, let me just say big up to all the chat, all the ramblers. Big up to you. Temi Raker, good to see you. Bopper, member of the show. Good to see you. Harmless Potato, member of the show. Alan, good to see you. Ghosted, the Dutch guy, good evening. A Dutch guy, I haven't seen you before, mate. Have you come over from the Spurs Talk show or have you found us through a non-Tottenham entry point? And if so, welcome, my man. Welcome. Sean Michael, sexy boy. There he is. Johnny GTI, big up to you. Big up to James. Big up to Harmless Potato. Will McKenzie, richest man. Art, Alan, James, Adam, done all that, done those guys. Spurs King, there we go again, deep inside the rabbit hole. Pause. We ramble, rabbits, we ramble, and we search. Big up to you, Warren O'Driscoll. Big up to you, my man. Ghosted as well. Big up to you, Logan Breeze. Good up to you. Big up to you, even Ryan Spurs. Big up to you guys. Big up to you, Mick. Massive evening to Ian as well. And Kulu's elusive right foot. Right. If you don't know how it works here, this is what we do. 82 people already in the house, by the way. Love that. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe. And the notification bell button should be squeezed because we can get cancelled at any moment. This is what we do here. We probably are going to get
living on the edge.
100%. 100%. We are also on Rumble as well. I'll put the link in Rumble. If you guys are into Rumble, then that's probably where we might be able to stay alive for a little bit longer. Let's get into the first video. I honestly don't know where we're going to go with it. I'm just going to pick one at random and let's see where we go, shall we?
So something's going on at Denver Airport, is what
Something
you said.
is going on at Denver Airport.
Yeah. There's a lot of theories about Denver Airport, isn't there? Because of very weird statues there and so on.
As you arrive to Denver Airport, it's like being in like a back room. Lots of hallways that are all different colors and different carpets. And so already it feels a little bit odd. Inside Denver Airport, they have lots of satanic paintings of 14th century farming peasant women being whipped by a deity, or a child being sacrificed to a goat god in an airport. As you drive into Denver Airport, there is a, this is going to sound made up, there is like a 20-foot tall electric blue stallion with glowing red eyes. And you're like, you're not even trying to hide how much you're into the devil now. This is so blatant.
So that horse, that's the one thing I did know about properly, which was it's a 32-foot tall.
Is it 32?
Horse. Its name, which is an unofficial name, is Blucifer. And it's the demon horse. Many weird things have happened around it. One of the things is that in 2006, part of it fell during its construction, killing its creator.
Of course
the
it
designer.
did.
Yeah. So it's in the shape, the aerial shot of Denver Airport, the runways, runway 1, 2, 3, and 4 are very loosely, if you do a drawing of it, in the shape of a swastika.
What?
So,
okay, hang on. I didn't know that. I thought the airport runway... Dan, that's not loose. Dan, that's just a swastika. Dan, that's never loose. Come on, dude. That's Hitler's OG.
Someone else thinks Hitler was a cool guy too.
Well, he didn't say he was cool. And what, mate? I asked you not to say it. Nikos, we're 7 minutes in, mate. What are you doing to me?
I couldn't help myself.
He's trying to get me triggered.
Gee whiz.
Success.
Gee whiz. You know, the other thing that's weird about this Denver place, right? So Denver's obviously up in the mountains. It's the Mile High Airport, isn't it? And apparently they have, there's other videos. I don't have them, but there's other videos of people going like, what's going on inside the mountains? There's these roads that have like the roads that kind of lead into a mountain. And there's like a kind of massive concrete like doorway that basically blocks anyone. And then it opens up and then all of these trucks, just like thousands and thousands of trucks taking umpteen gazillion tons of supplies and resources into the mountain. And the suspicions of that's an entry point into the deep underground military bases. And then from there, you get all of the conspiracies about like this apparently like train tracks that go supersonic speed across America and all this stuff. Have you guys heard about this before?
Yeah. Actually, I saw a deep dive on this. I forgot which part, but a while back about all the symbology. But like the biggest thing was there was a lot of money spent and nobody quite knows exactly where all of it went. And there's definitely an underground facility. There's a military base there. So that's a known fact. But the symbology is crazy. I mean, there are a lot of discussion about it. But something definitely is happening. Where in the US, there are a bunch of underground bases and all of them are connected by the train or the rail system, which uses like vacuum and like electromagnetism to go, like there's allegedly you could go from like East Coast to West Coast in like half an hour. So
yeah. Yeah, and apparently each one of these like deep underground military bases, guys, it costs like somewhere between $3 and like $20 billion in these black ops budgets, and I don't know whether it's a conspiracy or if it's legit. Obviously, it's not confirmed, but then obviously, like, it's the question is why? Like, what's going on down deep under the ground? What's going on deep under the mountains? Is it access to inner Earth? Is it where aliens reside? Is it just a place where all the billionaires are going to fuck off to? Should there be an apocalyptic environment like a nuclear war? Is it as simple as like the powers that be are building up protection for themselves and fuck the rest of us? Or is it more sinister and weird and all that shit? What were you saying, Nikos?
Yeah, it's like Eugene said there. They've obviously got a huge train complex that is consistently under construction. Since that airport got built, DIA is the airport code. It's consistently been under construction. It's never stopped construction. It's hugely over budget. Like you said, these deep underground bunkers, they eat into the black budget like 10 to 15 billion, 20 billion a year. So they're just consistently growing. But on the video there, is referred to as the apocalyptic art is what's in Denver Airport, which is really creepy. If you ever look into all of that stuff there, like, yeah, I don't know if you'd ever want to see any of those things before you get on an airplane.
Yeah, I've got some of the pictures here. Really
the murals.
Yeah, hang on. Let me see it. Bring it up, and I'll let Susie. Susie, do you know much about this one?
No, it's interesting.
So, like, let me. There's is it on the screen?
I do. I have heard loads about the rich though building these bunkers and stuff, but I mean, I don't know if this is obviously connected or not.
Yeah, all these artworks are like just weird fucking. It's 100%. This is actually like the Denver International Airport in peace and harmony with nature, and that sort of thing is part of the. Remember the Georgia Guidestones?
Yeah,
they say that they want to maintain humanity under 500 million to maintain in harmony with nature. Right, this is a big part of the whole pagan worship, a big part of the devil worship of the like the polytheism of yesteryear. Is all about nature. It's all about like even if it's not necessarily about devil worship, it's all about respect and love of like the kind of all of the nature gods, like Pan. Pan was the nature god, wasn't it, Eugene? We spoke about this before, right? Remember Pan?
Sorry, about what?
Do you remember Pan, the god who was like a goat god, and he was like pansexual. He basically he was like the god of mischief. Remember him? We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, Eugene. You're not paying attention?
Probably not. I'm in and out.
Yeah, yeah, 100%,
Sorry,
100%.
I didn't take notes. My bad. I have
Susie, you remember, right? Susie, you remember talking about Pan, don't you?
A little bit. I don't know if I was even on that show.
I don't know. I can't remember.
There you go. Maybe we
Good
can talk
fucking
about
start.
it.
Maybe I just made it up. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. I'm sure we spoke about the Pan god, right? He's like a goat. Nikos, tell me I'm not making it up.
Mate, Eugene usually loses me as soon as he opens his mouth. When he says E equals MC squared, I'm gone. I don't know.
He hasn't said that yet.
I vaguely remember.
Okay, here we go. Now,
I'm only joking. Those murals are painted by a guy called Leo Tanguma. He's born in the 1940s from Mexico. And one of them's called Children of World Dreams, I think. And the other one is Peace and Harmony with Nature. And when you look at those murals, there is nothing about peace and harmony in nature. And it's,
Yeah.
what about a goat? Did we talk about a goat, or did I miss something?
No, my point was that this thing in peace and harmony with nature, which is this particular one here, which looks like there's some sort of sacrifice going on and some weird shit. Like all of this kind of like devil worship stuff. They all say it's like about nature and the idea of the Illuminati and their plans to depopulate the world. They say that they're trying to get the world back to a population state and level that is in peace and harmony of nature. So I'm taking the name of the painting and then talking about nature, talking about paganism, talking about the polygods, and talking about one such polygod called Pan, who we spoke about at least one, if not two shows ago, and at least two of you three were on the show, and none of you can remember. Can
I
you
don't know
hear
anything
me?
about it.
1
I
or
don't remember
0?
I don't
Did
remember.
we talk about ghosts or not? 1,
Right.
yes, we did. 0,
Chat.
no ghosts.
Chat, help me out here. Yeah, what do you guys remember talking about the goat god, the goat, the fucking? I'm gonna find it out. Pan, the god of nature. Here we go. This bad boy. Pan, the god of nature.
I
Okay,
definitely
we spoke
was when I
about this
watched
geezer.
that.
He's
Was
a
it maybe
goat.
John? Was it maybe
He's a
John that brought it
goat.
up?
No, John might have been on the show, but at least 2 of you were on the show.
I wasn't. Definitely
okay.
I
was
don't
not.
remember it.
You're losing a mate.
No one in the chat's even backing me
The
up.
chat says
Right.
Mandela effect. Brilliant.
Yeah, man. Maybe it's
There
you
you
in the
go.
shadow, mate. You in the shadow.
Yeah.
No one's even listening when we do this show.
Yeah,
No one's
exactly.
even paying attention. Everyone's just switching in, switching out.
Everybody's
Drifting.
like me. It's like, what? What's happening? Why are we here?
I don't remember. I don't remember hearing
Johnny
it.
remembers. Big up to you, Johnny. Definitely,
Go on, Johnny.
definitely. Anyway, fuck it. Fair enough. I'll have to work harder with you lot. Should we try another video?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, then let's go for another video. Let's see where we're going with this one. And we could go anywhere here, by the way. So there's some ghost stuff, there's some UFO stuff, there's all sorts of shit.
En pleno día, bajo el sol y con todo a la vista, 2 hombres caminan en sentidos opuestos, cruzándose a apenas 2 metros. Pero justo en ese instante, una sombra oscura y veloz salta desde uno hacia el otro. No es reflejo, no es normal. Es como si algo invisible hubiera cambiado de cuerpo, y nadie lo notó, excepto la cámara.
Do you see that?
Yeah. Is that one of your languages, Eugene? Do you understand what he said there?
Yeah. Well, that's Spanish. You should speak Spanish, no?
I understood everybody said, yeah. Does Susie speak? You live in Spain, Susie?
No, Jack did.
Oh, Jack did. Oh,
What did he say?
Listen to a naked tongue.
What did he say, Nikos?
He's saying that it was like 2 meters apart from each other, and like one of the like souls jumped from another one to the other one.
When you see it, because he looked like as he was the guy that was walking towards the camera. It looks like as whatever it was that left his body, he sort of like shuddered, and then as it flies across into the other guy goes, "Oh, what's going on there?"
Yeah, that's strange.
Do you believe in ghosts?
With these type of videos, I do sometimes get a bit skeptical, like because you just don't know if it's like AI, although it looks obviously quite old and authentic, but it's just because do you know what my thing is how come some things can capture spirits on devices or cameras or whatever the case is, but not capture other spirits? I suppose that's always because I don't necessarily personally, I don't know where I sit with like ghosts, whether I believe them or not. Like some people do tell really like intense stories and you're like, oh my God, that sounds legit. But then other times I'm just like, is it really real? I don't know.
So you draw the line at ghosts. You're more than happy to believe Charlie Kirk was murdered by a camera.
Exactly.
No, you said that. No, do you know what? It's not that I don't believe in ghosts. I don't know where I sit. I'm a bit like sometimes I'm really into like believe it. Sometimes I'm just not. I don't know. It's just because my question is especially when it comes to spirits, it's so. As I say, only some people are affected, other people are not. Like, some cameras can capture it, other cameras can't. Like, so there just seems to be a lot of like, it's very temperamental sometimes, and that's why I just don't. But then other people have really good stories about it, so you kind of want to believe it. But I don't know.
I think it's where you live as well. Depending where you live in the world, I think depending where you are, there's more activity in some places than others. Obviously, Sean's bedroom's got some activity, but I
haven't seen him. I haven't seen him for a while.
One sec.
He hasn't. No worries, Susie. He hasn't been. I haven't. I think he pissed off because everyone in the comment section said to me, "You got to say, Sean, in Jesus' name, I rebuke you. Piss off where you came from," or something words to that effect. So I said that a few times, and he obviously very polite. He knew when he overstayed his welcome, or she, whoever it was. Maybe it was Helga. But
very strange that story. But yeah, there is certain things you can say that send these things away. You've got to just take control.
We are going to have to talk a bit about Candice because I know that Susie's bang into Candice. I know Eugene's completely out of the Candice love. Nikos, are you on board? I mean, I'm not sure if you were on the show where we did the Charlie Kirk story. Were you on the show, that one?
I think I caught the back end of it. I think because I was out of my old man, so I think I caught.
Oh, that's right. You came on for the last 15 minutes. Didn't you?
Yeah, I missed a lot of it. I haven't had a chance to review it, so I haven't had a chance to catch it. But I'm not a huge fan of hers. I kind of like, I'm a little bit skeptical about what her motives may be, and I'm a bit more skeptical about the circle she now runs in as opposed to what she did, which makes her, in my opinion, less credible. But
well, everything might have changed. You know what? You might have got a little bit more leverage, right? Because she didn't come on for like 2 days, and she put this message out saying, because she basically accused Charlie Kirk's missus and all of the TP Turning Point USA guys of being in on his murder, of which, by the way, like, she's not even doing the best amount of research. There's people on Instagram that are doing unbelievable research into all the different angles and all this shit. She's just collaborating it all because she's got a bigger audience. She gets most of the attention about it. But she then said, Turning Point USA reached out to me, and I'm going to go and meet a meeting with Erica Kirk, and it's going to be off stream, offline, whatever. And then I'll come back and let you know what happened. There was 112,000 people watching live last night on her show, and she didn't really say anything. But a lot of people in the chat, I don't know if the chat had been infested with bots, but it looked like a lot of people were going, nah, someone's had a word with her and said in no uncertain terms, either like, you can have $100 million and you can shut the fuck up, or you can die. You know, it's kind of one of those types of things. Because she came back on and she's like, no, cool, Erica Kirk explained this and explained that. And it also, I mean, it felt a little bit weird to me. I think she's been bought. Susie, you follow this story closely. What are you saying?
Yeah, so it was interesting because also I saw so much stuff today as well. So there were so many aspects. So first of all, her show last night, she spoke a lot about kind of her views, and then sort of how TP USA or Erica obviously came back to rebuttal a lot of her sort of allegations and whatever. But then she never really gave concrete evidence into a lot of stuff. So she gave her sort of overarching theories. But then, I mean, today, obviously, it's gone wild. So that Nick Fuentes or whatever that chappie's name is.
Fuentes, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's so like funny. He's a raging sexist, feminist, and sexist, misogynist, racist, and anti-Semite.
I never knew who he was until you guys mentioned him, and then I watched that Piers Morgan thing a little bit.
You know what it is, Sue? Just real quick, right? Just real quick. I know that Nikos said like that Hitler was a cool guy, and I asked him not to, but like I think murdering horrendous, horrible human being as much as Hitler was, there are certain parts of him that you have to sort of go, pretty good at what he does. Like, he was very good. He's a very good orator, right? Like, you can at least go like, terrible human being, but very good at being able to control a crowd. Nick Fuentes clearly got some really fucked up views about life, about women, about, you know, people with black or, you know, whatever, but hilarious. What he says is incredibly offensive, but it's also fucking funny. Like, he could be like Jimmy Carr in an offensive way if he wanted to give up the whole political thing and go and be a stand-up comedian. You know? Am I wrong in saying that? I don't know. Maybe I've just cancelled myself. Sorry,
I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
That's nice on me, that one. It's on me, that one. Go on.
Anyway, I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, so yeah, I might do anyway. But anyway, he obviously came up because a lot of my stuff has been coming up about Candace. Anyway, so he was obviously talking about, you know, she raised the whole sort of Egyptian plane thing, and then, you know, she just sort of kind of like shuffled around some of her theories and stuff, instead of obviously just saying, well, actually, no, this is what they said. And yeah, so I do anyway, so basically I do think they have had a conversation, but there's also been a lot of stuff saying actually her and Erica are working together, like they're on the same team, and this has all been part of a bigger plan to divert people's attention from kind of other stuff that's going on politically. How much of that we believe, I don't know. So yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, so actually the major lady of conspiracy sort of theories and trying to do the truth, and now she's kind of like tricked everybody, like reverse psychology to everyone essentially.
Yeah.
I
don't trust her either. No disrespect, but her eyes are a little bit too far apart.
I don't trust her because of that.
Never trust someone if their eyes are too close or too far apart. It's just it's a symmetry thing for me. I just like, I don't know. Are you looking at me or are you looking behind me? you got like, and it's extra wide vision, you know.
Yeah, but it's interesting though, because what Nick kind of mentioned, which made a lot of sense, was so she sat down with Erica for what, 4.5 hours. They spoke and went through everything that Candace had obviously spoken about. But yet Candace, in her her hour or hour and a half segment, however long she did it for, she only spoke about it for about half an hour. And didn't, yeah, and a lot of it, that also was like the sponsorship stuff that she spoke about in the adverts and stuff. So yeah, she didn't give a lot of attention to, and also she was so quiet on social media for such a long time. So she obviously put a little video out after this 4.5 hour meeting just to tell people she's still alive, and she's just overwhelmed with all the information. And then literally nothing on her socials until it was this whole Tim thing about the security situation. I don't know if you guys saw that one. And then her show last night, where she kind of seemed to, in not so like blatant terms, but seemed to flip flop a little bit.
Yeah,
this is so funny, and that's the case with everything. Like, people make up their mind right away, and then whoever, it's confirmation bias. Whoever agrees with them, they're like, "Oh, Candace is spot on. She is a truth teller." Once she changes her mind, "Oh, it's a conspiracy. She's been paid off." So it doesn't matter, right? It's like they make up their mind right away. They want, it's not even this, just anything. They want something to be true, and they gravitate towards people who confirm their opinion. Once those people flip, it's not like, "Oh, maybe I should revisit my initial assumptions." Like, it's no, they've been paid off. They're deep state. They're this. They're that. So, like, nobody's
yeah,
gonna
but I
be
guess
happy
it
with
depends.
anything.
It depends on whether or not you need, like, if you're listening to her to be educated, or if you're listening to her to make sense of it. Like, if you've already made your mind up, or if you believe a certain thing because you've come to that conclusion for yourself, and then you still believe your gut instinct still says a certain thing, and then you see any particular person changing their mind, then you can sit there and go, well, how have you come to that? Why? What? Sorry, why have you changed your mind? Because all the things that you felt yesterday, they haven't been solved or resolved.
Yeah.
You've just suddenly changed your mind. So then you can come to the conclusion that something else might have happened there. It's if you're listening to her to be educated, and then that was your source of information, and then suddenly she changes her mind. Then I think that you should pivot with it, right? If that's, if you think that she's educating you, then fair enough, right? And she's telling you the story, you're just listening. But if you've got enough about you to go and figure it out for yourself and not just seek out one source, and then she decides to pivot, but you haven't yet, then you can obviously land on the conclusion that something else might have happened.
Exactly. And I think what's interesting as well is because she doesn't come at it from a stance of, like, for instance, what we do is we look at videos or, things that people have said, and we kind of question it a little bit and whatever the case is. Where with her, she's been so like black and white about, so even the tweet that she put out about, that people should go, she has absolute reason to believe that this is what happened. She's got all the proof. She's going to show it to us tomorrow. She's going to name names.
Yeah.
Everybody who's donated to TPUS USA should go back and ask for their money back to get refunded, because they are lying, and she believes that the leaders of TPUSA were behind this thing. Then obviously she goes into this meeting with Erica Kirk, and now she's come back with saying, oh, there was a bit of an aggressive tweet from her. She takes it on board. It's kind of like, so this evidence that you originally stated that you're going to come with these names, where is that now?
Yeah, exactly.
And she doesn't kind of, I think in her show yesterday, she didn't show, because even with the call logs with the, sorry, I forgot his name. Was it Tony Coy? The chief of staff that we said was weird.
Yeah,
I want to say, Tony Coy or Toby Coy. Anyway, so she showed the call logs, but even the call logs don't make sense, because he was on a phone for 10 minutes with someone, streamed Erica into that 3-way conversation for 30 seconds, and then, but again, that doesn't make sense. Who does that?
It's making a lot of money as well.
First of all, like, just because you see a call log on a piece of paper, has anyone heard of Photoshop? Like, what we're doing here? But more importantly, of all of like for me, it's just how long does it take, right? If something happens, you hear a noise and you immediately do this and then walk. So, like, normally you would hear a noise and go like that. Then you'd look to see what's happened. Then you'd be shocked by what's happened because it's something so dramatic. Then if you were like, okay, I've got to get out of here, Then you would have to do on your phone this, put in your code. Once you put your code in, go to the phone tab, find the name of the person that you want to call them, then do that, and then walk out. He didn't do any of that. It was bang, and he was gone doing this. Like, sorry, but like there's that
no
is
urgency in the walk.
It cannot. There's nowhere near how things would happen in real time if he wasn't aware of something about to happen.
Yeah,
no chance.
And a chief of staff with that type of, do you know what I mean? You're not chief of staff to the president, yeah. So if something like that happens in front of you, you should have a normal human reaction, which is shock and worry. Everybody, like, you know, kind of like squats down basically, but there just was none of that.
Yeah. I smell a conspiracy somewhere.
It's 100% a conspiracy.
Well, this is the thing, but now we need to understand it. Which part is the conspiracy? So is she with
the geezer on the phone? The geezer on the phone, 100%. It just doesn't make any sense. Someone in the chat saying, "Not if you get a call." Listen, I'm sorry. If I'm sitting, if I'm in a pub, right, on Saturday night, God forbid this happens, but if I'm sitting there with one of the lads from the Tottenham community, and someone comes in and shoots a random barman a random person in the bar with a gun, and I get my mum, and it's my mum calling. I'm not going to go, hello. I'm going to go, what the fuck just happened? What's happened? What's going on?
But not even that. So speak
nonsense.
Yeah, and to speak to someone for like 5 minutes before you're like, hold on, I should call his wife. Let me just put her into this conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Sean, your missus has just been shot. Okay, bye. And then carry on with the conversation.
Erica, just so you know, my wife's on the phone as well, by the way. Oh, okay. What's happened? Yeah, your husband's dead. How do you know? I mean, I don't know. I heard a gunshot. And I just
doesn't make sense.
Like, how did he know? He didn't even look. That geezer. It's like this. The argument that it's anything other than that geezer knew something was going to happen is completely out of the question for me, and it should be for anyone that has got more than 2 brain cells between there. Is the other thing I want to say is the geezer that slid across the desk like he was sliding across a car bonnet in the Daisy movie, right? Bang! I'm not looking. I'm sliding like movie script level stuff. Go straight to the camera to grab something out of it, and then shimmies it off to someone else without knowing what's happened, without looking at Charlie Kirk. That to me was he was getting rid of something from that camera, and it wasn't just the SD card. I think there might have been like a device in there. I think because the thing hit him here. Oh, sorry, on this side, it hit him on his left side. So I'm obviously different side to you guys. But there was a camera up there. And to me, that's what it wasn't an entry point. It was an entry point, not an exit point. And the bullet went in. That's what I think.
So 2 things really quickly on that, actually. So first of all, so obviously Candace came back because that's one of the things she took to Erica was like, why did they take the cameras down or the tapes really quickly? And obviously it's about, oh, well, there's an investigation going on. So that's what we need, which is fine. But that's, again, not the first thing that you do. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, as you say, look around or whatever the case is. And then the second thing, so I wanted to ask, so obviously I know we spoke about it, but if you're saying that's an entry wound, and obviously I don't necessarily know how people react when there's shots, but would that work with the movement? Because with the movement, he still looked like he was shot from the opposite side, but then I don't know how that works. Do you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't look natural, the movement, the body, the way that he gets shot, it doesn't look like a natural body movement to me, personally.
So what do you think's happened there?
The gun that they say hit him would have blown his fucking head off. It would have blown his fucking head off.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm open to all possibilities right now. I don't know how much you covered the other day in the actual show that you did, but did you cover the possibility that maybe he didn't actually die and it was maybe some sort of type of like setup or something? Because the way that his partner and Candice Owens are carrying on right now, it doesn't give me a lot of sort of empathetic feelings from nearest and dearest. They're making a lot of money.
We did speak about this. Yeah, Eugene was quite touchy about this, but I had actually mentioned to Sean because I did see some videos that there was.
When is it?
The look on his face. What? Oh, what did I was touching?
No, because when I spoke about
I
Eric,
didn't see it. I didn't see it, so I have no idea, Eugene.
and
But I'm just saying, it doesn't feel like, just from just sort of the outside looking in, like the people around him are cashing in big time, and there's all this political stuff that's going on beside it. It just feels like there's something really off here, you know? Like, did he actually die? Is maybe some hologram? Was it some sort of CGI? Was it some sort
hologram?
I don't know, mate. I mean,
holograms
you can find a
can't
conspiracy
throw caps into the crowd, right? They were throwing caps into the crowd about 3 minutes before it happened. So,
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm open to all possibilities. I'm just saying, I read the body language of Candace Owens and his partner, and you know, I don't know if you've ever been in like love with somebody, but if you were assassinated, like I wouldn't like my partner to be running around doing the stuff she's doing right now.
She was a honeypot. I think
Eugene, what are you saying? Because I know you had strong views about this before.
Honestly, at this point, you know,
Eugene's fed up because he thinks it's about we're going back to Israel, don't you?
No, it's just it's becoming like a soap opera where like the people are tuned in just for the drama. In my eyes, we'll never know what actually happened. People are making a lot of money off of this, including Candace, including everybody else. For me, it's given that we're never gonna know the truth. Just let the kids and the wife just do what they do. Just leave them alone. And to me personally, it's just, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't like, I don't get a good feeling watching everybody making money off of this and people tuning in just like they would, you know, watching like a soap on TV. It's just, it's too much. I don't know.
Got to investigate these things though, mate. Otherwise, if there is a conspiracy and everyone just goes, oh yeah, we're going to listen, I think the days of people accepting the official narrative are fucking over. They are over. 9/11 happened too. They did 9/11 early enough. It was at the start of the internet, right? It was 2001. It was 90, like it. Like the internet wasn't. It was kind of wild times, but it was still sort of like, you know, the kind of, there wasn't the conspiracy vibe at the time, and they got away with that one. Those motherfuckers got away with that one, and it changed everything. It fundamentally changed everything. You know, all of the crises that have happened since. But I don't think they're going to get away as easily with the future ones.
But the thing is, as I said before, nobody will ever be satisfied with answer. Let's say if the truth comes out, all the people who are expecting it to be a conspiracy will be somebody was paid off, somebody is this, somebody is threatened. Nobody with current opinions on the situations will have their minds changed, right? If Candace Owens was
until you get some people that go to prison, right? Like I think they thought that, like the Epstein files, I think they thought that throwing Ghislaine Maxwell into prison for like 40 years, I think that the powers that be thought that would be, you know, let them eat cake, like give them something, give the masses something to let them feel like we're not always entirely getting away with it, right? So she was the fall guy, but no one's dropped that. No one's given up on the Epstein files. That still is everyone's still as hungry for that truth as ever. And I think that if they do another COVID, no one's going to buy it this time. Nobody, even the people that are not conspiratorial. My next door neighbors that would never even think about 9/11 being an inside job, or, you know, like the painkiller, the opium wars from Afghanistan and all the shit, the epidemics that happened from that, all of the other stuff. Like nobody, like those people, my neighbors would never have even thought about those things. But I said to them, would you take another vaccine if there was another epidemic, another pandemic? And they were like, absolutely fucking not. So I think that the world is like woken up to conspiracies, and until there's some really powerful people that get you know, sent to prison for a long time for their crimes, I don't think anyone's going to give up on it.
But it will never happen. When was the last time somebody powerful, like, you know, when there was a stock market crash, or, you know, like in the US and all the trading, or, you know, nobody went to prison, right? Like people, like nobody powerful is going to go to prison. It's going to be either a patsy or they're going to frame somebody. That's just the way it happens, right? And with the Epstein, I mean, a lot of the victims are still alive. So people want justice for those victims, and they want to know, right? Like the kid stuff is different. This, I feel like it's a political murder. Like, I just, to me personally, it's just not the same. And again, like with Candace saying, "Oh, I have the source, and they want to kill me," and it's becoming too much. It's just she's not a good messenger for this.
Yeah, I'm not
And
buying
again,
I agree on that. I do
people
agree
will
on
not be convinced by anything. So
that. Yeah, I agree.
just let it be, in my opinion.
I'm not gonna let it be. I'm not gonna fucking let it be. Absolutely,
I know, but
not. No chance. I'm gonna go down swinging, even though I know I want a losing fight. But you know what? Like, it is what it is. What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do? Otherwise, you're just a sheep. You're a lemming walking off the cliff. This is what this channel is partly about, right? It's to feel like you're getting things off your chest because you're just frustrated with the way that the world works. You're frustrated with the fact that these motherfuckers think that they can. There's two-tier systems of justice. There's two-tier systems of truth. There's two-tier systems of you know, of essentially the way that the world works. And even if you can't change it, at least you can sleep at night thinking that you've spoken about it and got it off your chest a little bit.
Exactly. You know? The conspiracy theorist job is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no days off.
100%. 100%. Although we only stream twice a week.
Yeah, oh, mate. Just because we're not streaming doesn't mean I'm sitting there digging into stuff all day, every day, mate. You know, there's no days off. There's no days. There's not a day where you go, oh, do you know what? No conspiracies today.
Although you guys are dedicated in your chat with all the sharing stuff, I'm just like, whoa, it's a lot.
Hey, Amazon face peelers. Check it out. Crazy. All right.
Oh, talk to me about it. I haven't got it. I haven't got a video. Is it something you have to see rather than to talk about? Can you introduce us to the topic? It's
a crazy story. I mean, I don't want to bore people, but I'll share a link in the chat. But since the 80s, in some villages in Amazon, the villagers experienced there were these beings or people dressed in like a black uniform that could on hoverboards with like super crazy spacecraft. They were kidnapping people and cutting off their faces, and the whole villagers that were walking around with guns for like decades to make sure it doesn't happen. They were terrorized by those beings or people like on monthly basis, on weekly basis. So this guy, he's an investigative reporter. He went on the expedition, and there were like 5 different villages in Amazon who swore that was happening. And it's not like 1 or 2 people. The whole village, all the men in the village, they were up at night with guns, and these people, they could like jump over buildings, that hoverboards. So one guy said he was fishing. He saw this like translucent craft with 2 people sitting in there, which is like a TikTok craft with those people.
Craft.
So this guy, the investigator, he went to this village. There was this girl who was kidnapped, but she ran away. He was interviewing her. She had a crazy case of PTSD. She was like shaking and whatever. So after a while, her dad talk her into talking to this guy. So you could see on her face, on her neck, there were scars. So what she said was, one night she was walking around, one of these dudes grabbed her feet, another one grabbed her like face. They put some cream on her face, and then one guy said to another in Spanish, "Don't mess up her skin," or whatever. And he pulled out like a laser little thing and started cutting off her skin on her neck. She fought back. They dropped her. Then the man of the village rushed out. They grabbed her, but now she has this crazy case of PTSD. She has scars on her neck. So the crazy thing is, first they're like, oh, maybe it's the aliens, but then they spoke Spanish. So one guy spoke Spanish like a gringo.
Spanish aliens.
No, so one guy, the tall guy, spoke Spanish like a white dude from the US, and the second guy spoke Spanish like a local. But they had some crazy tech, like hoverboards, like spacecrafts.
What would be the purpose of this?
Nobody knows. So that's the thing. But this guy, I'll share the link. He actually went there to investigate.
Terrify the little girl to be able to get her adrenochrome or something?
I don't know, but they found like many people like in rivers, like dumped with like their faces cut off, like the skin cut off. It was like many cases. So that's
what they say about. I'm not going to say the words, but Hillary Clinton. There was a video. I won't say the actual thing out loud because it will immediately get us completely banned. But there was this story about not Tony Podesta, Anthony Weiner, who was like a right-hand man to Hillary Clinton on her presidential campaign, and he ended up getting sent to prison for having dick pics, and he was like communicating with some underage girl. And when they were investigating him, they looked at his laptop, and apparently, like the 9 FBI or New York police officers or whatever that looked through his laptop ended up committing suicide. Oh shit! I've said it again. Oh no.
Mate, you do it to yourself.
Unalived, and I actually saw this, Sean. Yeah, so basically, well, I don't know if they unalived themselves, but they've all been murdered, basically. So they don't all exist because it was. But also, a lot of them couldn't watch it. They couldn't watch it fully because the stuff was so bad and horrific. What was ever's on this laptop, basically. Yeah.
And one of the videos apparently was in this. There was a file in the video called life insurance, and it apparently had a video of Huma Abedin and Hillary Clinton, and they had I won't say it, but like messed with some young girl from Haiti. And what you just said about the face coming off thing, that was part of the video. Apparently the police that had watched it. I just ruined the video. The video's already been cancelled. Listen, this is strike. I'm sure this is strike 3. Kiss goodbye to Rabbit Hole Ramblings, guys. Next week there might be a new channel that's set up. I might actually end up having to move back to Sean Butler TV. I've done it again.
All 3 strikes because of you. All 3 strikes because of you, no one else.
It's all my own doing. 100%. 100%. But yeah, anyway. So that story about the Peruvian or the Amazon, was it called facelifters? Is that what you called it?
Face peelers. So it happened in like 5 different villages and cities, and it wasn't just the kids. It was just random people who they found with their like skin peeled off, like with their faces, like and it's like there's no explanation. People first thought it was aliens because they had the hovercraft and they have these like, you know, like spaceship things, and they could like jump over buildings, and they had this like armor. They were shooting at them at close range by rifles. They couldn't kill anybody. But then that girl heard them speak in Spanish, one like a gringo and one like a local, which Spanish, is weird. It adds this whole new dimension.
Yeah.
And then so this guy who was doing the expedition, he said during this time there were like a joint training exercises by the US military and the local military, so nobody knows what's happening, but it's been going on for like 20 years. It's crazy.
You do realize that the native tongue in that part of the world is Spanish, right?
So that's what I'm saying. That's why
so it's like a local dialect.
They might have been in on it. It might have been local.
So she understood what they were saying. So one guy was telling another, "Careful with the cream, don't ruin her skin." The gringo said it to the local. But which was funny because one was like American, another one was local, even though originally they thought they were like aliens or whatever because all the tech. So the crazy part is like, whose tech is this? Are they people? Are they, you know, aliens? Nobody knows.
Bilingual aliens.
Do you ever watch Gaia? Have you guys ever seen the content provider called Gaia? GAIA. You ever seen it? It's like a platform. It's like Netflix, but it's for like, I wouldn't say it's all conspiracy stuff, but it's a lot of like new age shit.
I heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
There's like videos on there around like meditation and all sorts of stuff, but it does go into the world of like the space program. Have you heard about the space, like the US space program or whatever it was called, where like they got all these people that claim that they were in the army or the navy or the air force, whatever, and they were put into these special programs, and they would fly off to Mars and they would interact with the guy on the Y-Files. Always says he gets a lot of his stories from Gaia, but he says it's all a load of bunk, like it's all nonsense. But I subscribed to the Gaia for like a few months, and I religiously watch this stuff. And so to answer your question around who's involved, like if you believe any of that stuff, then there's people that are humans that are potentially interacting with that are like part of their gig, part of their special programs that they're involved in, are the communicators between the reptilians or the Nordics or whatever else, you know.
I mean, the part here that's interesting, it's not like one guy saw something. It's like 5 different villages of like hundreds of people. They all saw the same thing. They saw these people, and they were on watch at night, rotating. It was like a real deal. It's not just like one guy saw something. It's hundreds of people like witnessing what was happening for decades, which is crazy to me.
Interesting. Where did you come across this? Was that on the Y-Files? Because you said there was a new.
I saw it on a different pod, but I think I posted the link in the main chat. It was on the Y-Files too. I just saw it.
Okay.
But there was a guy. He's an investigative reporter. His name. Oh, he was on Sean Ryan. I saw him.
I don't like Sean Ryan. He's got an awesome bar. His podcast studio is phenomenal.
Yeah,
but not as big a fan of his content. I don't think he doesn't ask good enough questions, and he always just sits there and nods his head like
The guy's name is
every now and again, like to show that he's interested. Does this?
I mean, he has good guests. I don't care what he says, but once in a while, the guests are interesting. So the guy's name is Timothy Alberino. He's an investigative reporter, but that story was on the Y-Files as well. So
okay, interesting. Look it up. Check it out. Check it out. Should we go for another video, people?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look. See, what's this one? I've got no idea what these are.
Hey guys, so now we're all just confessing everything since it's the end now, and everyone's watching me, and I don't have to hide anything anymore because everything done in darkness will be brought to light. And so as everyone was mocking me this morning and making fun of me because they're like, ugh, look at her fornicating with a dragon, you know, and I just didn't say anything because I wanted to protect his identity, and I didn't care what people said because I love him. I love him. And but before that, you know, because there was so much deception going on, because I was like Jesus was posing, you know, as this fallen angel was posing as Jesus and this and that. I'm so confused. So I said, listen, I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth, and I want to know who you are. I said, I want to know what you really look like. So show me your true self. And then he showed it to me. He showed himself to me, and he was a dragon. He was a dragon, and the God of Israel is actually a dragon, you know, when he's like, with the blast of the breath of my nostrils, you know, hiding under the shadow of his wings, and just all, Yahweh is a dragon, and I have a dragon tattoo on my back. So anyways, I just didn't care because I know, you know, me sleeping, making love to a dragon is very against the law. It would definitely kill me and my whole family, but I just didn't care. If I die, if I perish, I perish, okay? Oh yeah, because he kept saying, you know, I don't want the world to see me because I don't think that they'll understand. But he showed me his real self as a dragon, this beast, and he was one, you know. But I still loved him anyway, and I took a big risk. I broke the law, and I made love to him, and I'm just overwhelmed right now, guys. I'm sorry, but that's Jesus. That's Jesus, because at the last minute I remember him sending me, we were making love, and then he was kissing me, and then all of a sudden, then he disappeared. And I didn't know what happened because I wasn't understanding it. I just didn't know what was going on, or if I was going to get ready to die. But at that time, yeah, I didn't know it was, I didn't know it was Jesus. I didn't know it was Jesus. But it's Jesus. It's Jesus. That the dragon, that he's Jesus. And when he comes back, in his true form, because I'm the one who just set him free. I'm the one who did all these things for him. I made love to him, risking my life, and I set him free from the lake of fire, and I released him back to heaven to give him his beauty for ashes. And it's just, this is hard for me right now, guys. I'm so overwhelmed. I can't.
You found that on Dragon Heart.
I don't know what that is.
Sean, I'm so worried about your algorithm. What are you watching?
You know what's really even stupid, right? Even more stupid is I look up these things on my Spurs Talk Show Instagram account. So, and it's a public account, right? It's a public account. So I just like all these videos, and I can imagine all these other Tottenham fans that are scrolling through, seeing these things, going, Spurs Talk Show has liked this video. What's this video?
Oh, I can show you how to hide that.
Can you? Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah, because I hide mine so people can't see what I'm liking, just in case I do like weird shit on there.
Everyone knows, okay? Everything that I've ever liked on Instagram, I don't use Instagram for anything apart from getting content for this channel. So if ever you're on there,
he says, people. So he says.
Some of the things I say are crazy, but that was something else. That even took me off guard.
Yeah, that was a label for drugs.
Tia Tequila, is she like a singer? I think she was a singer.
No, she was a celebrity. Yeah. She was like from a long time ago. She was one of those like MTV celebrities, I believe.
Oh,
in the
okay.
States.
So like a
So,
reality TV
like a
program or
B-Tech,
something.
like a C-lister, like a D-lister, so yeah.
I think she was a
Wow.
porn
Yeah.
star, no? She's a porn star.
Porn star, is she?
Yeah,
I
he's into
don't think she
dragons.
was.
Oh, listen.
but
She was on
maybe.
Dragon Hub. She was on Dragon Hub.
Yeah.
That's a very challenging wank, let's be honest.
All right, Sean.
And we're off.
The fucking dragon who pulls out his fucking monster dragon cock.
Searching for the dragon bestiality section.
Hey, we talked about furries a couple episodes ago, so now we're back.
We talked about what a couple of episodes ago?
About furries, remember?
Yeah, exactly. They were back.
so
Yeah, 100%.
It's a full circle. Full circle.
Listen, my algorithm takes me in weird places, but if I see something that's weird, I just go like, and I just download them later. I didn't know what that was.
Right.
I think I probably gave her like 5 seconds of my time when I first saw it. Went, yeah, that'll do. I had no idea where it was going. Shall we?
Thank you for sharing. This was good.
Try another video.
Try another video. Okay, try another video. Let's go for a random one. What's this?
So I'm in the airport. I just took a flight from Atlanta to Toronto, and I specifically picked the window seat because I knew I'd get a chance to see a sunrise. As you can see, I'm looking very touristy with my P900, but what I recorded was 100% proof that the sun is not 93 million miles away. So check it out. So here's the video I took. As you can see, the sun is about to start rising, and it's not even past the horizon. You can see the horizon in the background, and the sun is going to start rising through that thick layer of clouds right there. Now, if the sun was 93 million miles away, it would be rising at the horizon, not in the middle of the clouds right there. So I was at about 34,000 feet when I was recording this with my P900, and I don't see how that is possible if the sun is 93 million miles away. So how is this possible on even a flat Earth? Well, it is plain to see, if you can see the sun behind cloud cover on a sunny day, that the sun is not a flaming fireball 93 million miles away. It's simply a focal image created by light rays entering through a concave lens where they focus to a single point, which is the sun. That is what's happening here. The light is entering through the dome, and you can see it's creating a sun on the inside. Okay. Now, light rays, the light which was created on day 1, enters through the firmament, which was created on day 2, through the atmosphere, which was created on day 3 when all the plants were created, and creates the focal image, which is what we call the sun, as you can see right here, angling downward, which produces what we experience every day with the sun, just like this. So once again, this is where I was, heading from Atlanta to Toronto, looking east at the sunrise, and this is me wondering if anybody else in the plane saw what I just did.
Wait, was that Matt Damon?
Hey, listen.
He looked exactly.
I'm just saying the geezer's clearly on a plane. He's clearly showing where he is, and he's pointing. He's gone from the thing to the thing, and you can see the sun inside the clouds.
In the thing.
In the thing, Susie. In the thing. He's in the fucking thing. What are we doing here? Like, that's not.
Right.
I'm not married
Percy,
to
take
any
my comment.
particular Earth shape. I'm just saying that like it doesn't begs the question. How the fuck is there cloud behind the sun?
Mate, Perchy took my comment. I was going to say we're an hour in and it's flat Earth o'clock again.
Well, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's just a random video. But like, I just, what are we doing?
All roads lead to it. All roads lead to it. Stuff like that, like stuff in the sky, it all comes back to
optical illusion.
Yeah. So I was going to say, so
of course, optical illusion. I'm going to
but I
start
kind
proving
of
you.
feel if anybody is out to, so for instance, with him, even before he saw that, he seems like he already believed in the flat Earth anyway. So he's kind of going there to look for a particular purpose. But I also feel, I mean, I personally didn't see the horizon where he was saying the horizon is. I don't know. Did anybody else see that? So I don't know. I think those type of videos, they don't really prove here or there. Like it's not really.
Have I ever said no comment on this subject?
You could definitely see the cloud. It was coming through the cloud. There was cloud behind it. You could definitely see that. That doesn't mean it's the sun. It could be. It could all still be fake. I'm just saying. But like, you know, I'm not a flat earther. I'm just saying. Like,
I don't know, Shawnee. I'm starting to question you.
Yeah, me neither. I saw the show back actually, Sean, the other day. I watched the show back, right?
Every day. I wake up and
I watched the show back until I jumped on. I thought I was listening to me, and as soon as I jumped on, you turned into Eugene.
Yeah, because I've got to play I'm a contrarian, mate. That's
mate, you need you know the little jingle you got with the flip flop for Stell. You need to put that on yourself because that's exactly what you look like on the replay.
Everyone in the Tottenham community knows that I will take the other side of any argument.
That's fine.
Because that's what I do.
Isn't that AKA a flip flop?
No, it's exactly. I rate my ability to take a really bad opinion and still bury other people in their ability to debate the argument. Have
you got the jingle with the one with the hands? The jingle with the hands.
Birthday of the day.
Yeah, you got the best opinion of the day. But no, on this particular subject, I have no comment.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on then. Move on. If no one else, I just thought that would be. Listen, I think that Eugene is too far gone, right? Eugene doesn't want to get involved in these sorts of conversations. Susie, I think, is open-minded. She's a queen skeptic, but I actually think that she sees some of these things and goes.
No, and I will agree. Some stuff I do, but stuff like that, I don't think it's concrete enough to be like it's here or there. There could be so many reasons, and I think sometimes with the whole science thing that he was going with the little light and stuff, I think you can prove so many things from different angles. So if you actually took someone who believes in, like, let's say the globe, they could probably find a logical explanation that would explain that as well. So that's why I feel it's
refraction, perspective, and refraction.
Actually, speaking of this subject, actually, while we're here for 2 seconds, actually, what Eugene did the other day on the show, mate, not to dig you out, but you actually flip-flopped away from one of the first shows. You said, "Oh, we land on the moon." You know, like, yeah, it sounds silly to me, you know, all of that. And then all of a sudden, Joe Rogan says it, and then all of a sudden it changes. And you said the same thing about the flat Earth, right?
I called you out for that. I called you out on that.
So if Joe Rogan, let me finish. If Joe Rogan comes out and says the world is flat, do you just go, bang, I'm with Nikos?
No. It doesn't matter what he says, what anybody says. But
until he says it.
See, I still think we landed on the moon. However, if I'm presented with new evidence, I'm going to reconsider. So some of the stuff that's not him, but his guests were talking about, I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because those are like factual things that happen. So
on one of the first shows, you said it sounds silly to me, and on one of the more recent shows, you said the flat Earth sounds silly to me. So we just need to give you a bit of time to catch up. Is that what it is?
I mean, if you
got you.
Yeah, it sounds like
that will be the perfect way to, like, you know, at some point in time, like if you build a business, at some point you have to sell it, right? Or hand it down to someone else to manage. At some point, this channel needs to have played its last card, and that finale, that season finale, will be the day that Eugene goes.
Do you know what? It seems a bit flat to me.
You might. I think I might start.
Wait, I'm going to send an email to Joe Rogan as well and say, mate, do me a favor. I've got some guy.
And it's interesting because, Nikos, just going back on what you said just then about that, Eugene went out of his way a minute ago to talk about Candace Owens and people that come with a certain perspective. And like, as soon as she flip-flops, suddenly it's a conspiracy. But you were all aboard that. That's what you said about half an hour ago, Eugene, right? So if Joe, because you did actually say in a previous episode, I'm not sure if it was Joe Rogan, I think it might have been someone else, but you did actually say that
Eddie Bravo.
No, not Eddie Bravo. Eddie Bravo is fine.
Put it up on the WhatsApp group, and I said, "What? So now because that motherfucker's saying it, you believe it, but you didn't believe it when Nikos, myself, and Johnny Boy brought it to your attention."
There's a difference. Candace
it's
Owens
level of
actually,
credibility, isn't it, Eugene?
She shares her opinion. What Rogan does, Rogan has guests on, and they're the ones that people are listening to. I don't care what Rogan says by himself. It's the guests who provide new evidence.
This is interesting then, because Joe Rogan won't have Eric Dubay on his show. Interesting.
Well, he never has before, but then he's never had David Icke on his show. But now apparently David Icke is like he's on the agenda.
Yeah, Eric Dubay has actually offered to go on the show for free. Most people get paid a nominal fee to go on to Joe Rogan and fly to his studio, wherever it is in North America. But Eric Dubay has offered his services for free to go and do it, and Joe Rogan has refused to have it.
But see,
He
that's what
documented
people that's what people get wrong about those who listen to Rogan. It's not about what he says. It doesn't matter. I don't care what he says.
But the
But it's
point I'm
interesting
making is
to
if it's about the guests, then the guests
Yes,
are offering their
yes.
services for free. Then Joe Rogan doesn't want to entertain the idea of having something so controversial on his show. So you'll never hear it from Joe Rogan or his guests. I mean,
I've
if
got,
he's
I've
open-
got to quickly ask this. Matt, when you say get on board, are you on board the flat Earth? Because the other day you were saying that the whole Candace Owens,
Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt.
Candace Owens thing was a load of bullshit. You were saying there's nothing
He
to
was
see
saying that
here.
earlier in the chat as well. He doesn't believe it, and I'm just like,
No, he's being
I
sarcastic.
feel like
No,
it's the
he's
most
being
obvious one.
he's being sarcastic.
Is he?
Nah, Matt's coming. Matt, I can sense Matt's
No,
just.
Matt Cox did say on a previous episode, on a previous show, he said, you know what, I've gone 50-50 on the flat Earth.
Yeah, the penal gland's opening with Matt. I can tell Matt Cox has got his penal gland opening. He's laying off the fluoride. He's
The what?
He's opening up. Good on you, Matt.
No, he's open to it. He's open to it, right? He's absolutely
go.
open to the laser things, but he's still very close-minded. He's open-minded about the flat Earth, but when it comes to Charlie Kirk, there's nothing to see here.
Matt, you're dead to me.
I said to you on the other show, common sense eventually prevails, and some people just don't have common sense. And it's just simple as that.
Right, let's roll another video, shall we? Let's see what we're going. See where we're going with this one.
Good.
I've got no idea what we're doing here. Let's have a look. What's this one here?
Y'all can't tell me this was the same person, okay? Look at the bone structure. Look at the way his face is, all right? The original Joe Biden was unalived at Gitmo in 2019, along with Hillary Clinton and a bunch of others, all right? And that's, we'll say allegedly, for this app.
That's a short one.
I've seen a lot of those.
100%. Always check the earlobe. We discovered this in episode 4. You always check the earlobe.
If you go onto Ancestry.com and type in Joe Robin Biden Jr., I think his name is, it actually gives you his death date and tells you he died at Guantanamo Bay.
Maybe it's a different Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, if you go to Ancestry.com, I think it is, one of the ones where they tell you like the lifespans of family members and stuff like that, you type in his name. He's got a really unique name. It's like, I think it's like Joseph.
He died at Guantanamo Bay where that was where Q was talking about that, right? All the Q believers were saying all these people were rounded up and killed, but yet nothing's changed.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the same person. I think we can all agree it's not the same person, right?
I mean, he's just old now. I mean,
shouldn't have asked Eugene. Sean and Susie.
Your
We can all
earlobe
agree
doesn't
that's not the
change
same
when you
person.
get old, mate. Your earlobe might get bigger. Your ears continue to grow, right? But it doesn't change connection to your cheek, does it? What are we doing here?
No.
Eugene, I'm starting to think that you're just you're the anti-conspiracy theorist. What are we doing?
Mate, I think someone's paying him to come on here and do this, mate. I'm sure of it. He's just like a shill. Someone's paying him to come in here, mate. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I will get to the bottom of it. Who's paying you, mate? I know you're out of work or whatever. Maybe you need the money or whatever.
Pay me. I want somebody to pay me. That's why I'm here. I want somebody to actually pay me, and I'm for sale.
Mate, God is great, and the truth prevails.
I was like, mate, don't you
Entertainment.
believe it? Don't you believe in some of these conspiracies? I was like, when you get to like a certain level of wealth, people give you a tap on the shoulder. My brother's done really well for himself, and he goes, mate, fucking tap me on the shoulder, bro. Get me in. If the Illuminati is real, get me in. I want on board, bro. And I was like, what does that mean? And he goes, no one's tapped me, but fucking tap my shoulder.
Mate, Elon's tapping Eugene, I think. Elon's been tapping Eugene.
That's my dream. Me and Elon doing big things.
I'm sure you are doing big things.
Hey. Speaking of big things, we've got 125 people in the house. I think this is the second highest stream ever. I think once when Saba redirected loads of people over to our channel, and they all popped in for a minute. We got to like 150, and then they all disappeared. But we got 125. So big up to you guys. Please do smash the like, smash the subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. Right, that's the next camera.
Nico, so what's with Biden and Gitmo? Why was he in Gitmo?
No, there's a website, the most recognized website for tracing back family lineages. I think it's ancestry.com. And if you go onto it and you type in Joseph Robin Biden Jr., which was his name, I think, I'm pretty sure, it will tell you on the death records where he was actually registered as dying and the date at which he died. And he died 7 years ago, I think it was. So the conspiracy theory circles believe he was actually taken to Guantanamo Bay because it says Cuba was his destination of death. So the conspiracy circles say he was replaced, put in by actors or whatever. I think we've covered it on one of the previous shows, the masks and the other people that have played him. I know when Teflon was here, he mentioned some of the actors that have played Joe Biden. I don't think it's out of the world of possibilities that some of these people have been replaced, and Joe Biden's just one of them.
So I think the reason why a lot of people struggle with this, though, because it does seem really, I say, far-fetched and hard to believe. I'm not saying that it's not right, but it's, for me, what I always think about, because there's a lot of they say it's like happens a lot with celebrities as well, that they have all these like body doubles, and they've all been replaced, and Kanye, they say, is a different person, Britney's a different person, and all of this. My question is, or not necessarily question, but my always thought process is the people around them. So yes, you can keep quiet, let's say you can buy his wife over, but it's like, how can you buy over every single individual in that person's life as a touch point? That's kind of where I always, like, that's an operation and a half, like, to do that.
If you see the, remember we did the Paul McCartney one?
Yeah, I wasn't on for that one.
The replaced in Paul McCartney, the William Campbell that replaced Paul McCartney. He broke up with his girlfriend at the time by a typewritten letter. So I think there's different scenarios, different situations, depending on how serious the relationships and circles are around these people. But a lot of the time, it probably revolves around money, just paying them to shut up or we'll kill you, threats, non-disclosure agreements, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would think.
But you know what I mean? It's not like just your nearest and dearest. It's, you know what I mean? It's like it's everyone's. Even with like, if we really want to go into, like they say, Michael Jackson, also that was a whole fake death, and he's still alive. And it's not even like, you know what? His children were at his funeral. So do his children believe that he died? Or because apparently
he's dead. He was murdered by that doctor because he called out Sony.
No,
because
he said his son. Yeah, there's a whole thing because obviously he tried to own his own music.
He said Tony something or other is a devil. He said that. So one of the guys who's the Sony executive is a devil. Interesting. He said a devil, not the devil, which makes me believe that there's lots of devils.
Yeah. But anyway, but there is a video of his son that kind of slips up and makes people believe that actually his dad is still alive. But this is my point. So whoever it is, it's just there's so many variables and sort of people involved in that to kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? To keep everybody quiet, like that's so difficult. As I think that's, in my mind, that I think is why some people struggle with, like, really believing or understanding it.
I feel like they all take these death oaths, oaths. Yeah. Where like even Barack Obama was always seen doing that. And it's like it's a popular thing. They do this, they do this. They do all these weird things where they're kind of representing that they're in on some clique. But one of them is always this, and it's basically like it's a big secret. Like, shush, don't tell anyone. Otherwise, remember, very easy to ruin your life or very easy to kill you.
It's not just your family as well. Like it's also your immediate family that are actually like at risk as well. So it's not just like you're threatened personally, but also your nearest and dearest are threatened as well. So a lot of people are forced into line by the imminent threat of your loved ones being on the chopping block for your actions.
But if you were to fake Joe Biden, for example, if there was an actor, why would you go through the whole dementia thing? Just why would you make him look so bad? And why would you ruin the Democratic Party? Like, if you have an actor, just make him act normal.
Yeah, the world's a stage. Have you ever seen the movie Manchurian Candidate?
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah. That gives you actually that's like telling you ahead of time why they do this kind of stuff.
No, but that makes sense. But that's not an actor. That's the same person who was brainwashed, right?
It's all for political power, gain, money. If you can get into that position where you can control the most powerful people in the world for whatever reason or by whatever means, like it gives you some leverage on everything.
But that makes sense, Nikos. Like in Korea, when like in North Korea during the war, they brainwashed the GIs, right? So that came from there. So that's definitely there is a reason to believe that's possible. But having a completely different person, an actor, that's far-fetched.
It goes back to the McCartney thing. They're given a choice. Like, okay, this guy's died. Do we carry up the public charade that this guy's still alive to keep making money and use it as some sort of type of, you know, political weapon in Joe Biden's case? Or do we just go, this guy's died, and then the whole value of that person dies with it?
But Biden was never a big deal. Like nobody ever cared about him. He was
Mate,
just
he was
like
the vice
always
president
some
of the
random
country.
guy.
He was the vice president of the country.
Yeah, but even then,
Not
like
in 2019.
VPs don't matter. Vice
Mate,
presidents
he was a
don't
very,
really matter.
no, before he died, whether or not he died, you know, in whether they say a few years ago or he's still alive, if let's say, for example, he did die a few years ago in Guantanamo Bay, the value of him dies with that. You know, it's like a product. You know, if you're in the business of imaging and making people's imaging valuable, you don't want that to go to waste. So you just carry on it. And with the technology they have these days with masks and, you know, all this crazy AI stuff they've got, like you keep it going. You know, it's just a business thing. Money.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If he died in Guantanamo Bay, though, he was dying because he was guilty of some crimes. And then on that
100%.
basis, but on that basis, then there would be some sort of like if the people that were holding him accountable for his actions, they would have let the world know that there's, because that's the thing. That's what's pissing off all of the people, right? All the people were going, where are the consequences for these bastards that are doing these horrible things to us, to children, to whatever else? And if Biden was one of them, then they would show the world, you know what, this is what we're doing. But they haven't. That's why I don't believe it. But I do believe that there were two different versions of Biden. That version with the earlobes versus the one with his ears stuck to his cheek, like two different types of
one with
earlobes.
the chin. The one with the chin that moves.
Yeah, that was 100%. That was a mask.
100%
that was a mask. Let's get another video on the go, guys. Get another video on the go, shall we? Let's have a look and see what we're doing with this one. Again, picking at random. Let's pick one that's like a minute long.
Right now, there are 131 active deep underground military bases in the United States. Each one has an average cost of $17 to $19 billion. My colleague, Al Bielek, has actually been on some of the high-speed railways, magneto-leviton trains that connect all the deep underground military bases within the United States. He's been on a Mach 2 train, floats off of a single rail at a 3/4 of an inch off the rail, and what you call high tech. We have nothing like this on the surface. The public basically has been totally lied to. We're considered stupid or even moronic in some cases. They must tell us the truth. If they cannot do this, then they must be impeached.
That's a weird ending. Weird ending.
This stuff exists. The underground bases exist. They've been digging tunnels out for 30 years, mate, and they'll continue doing it every single day until the money stops.
Do you think Elon Musk is doing? You know, when Elon Musk is doing his what's that business that he's got? That's
the Boring Company.
The Boring Company. Yeah. Do you think he's been employed to do the? I mean, how do you dig out fucking a tunnel underneath the ground that goes 500 miles?
By boring.
They're using some nuclear thing, like a nuclear reaction that melts the rock. So it's not, they don't drill. They have this secret tech that they developed. It melts rock, so it's much easier to make tunnels.
How many miles is it from New York to LA, Eugene? 500? No, but it must be more than that.
No,
3,000 miles?
2,000
miles?
Thousands, tens of that.
Yeah, it's like 2,000 or 3,000, mate. It's a lot.
3,000 miles, yeah. It's like if you're flying at 500 miles an hour, it takes 6 hours, right? So about 3,000 miles, give or take. Yeah.
There are high-speed trains that go underground, like that get you from one side of the country to the other side of the country in like 8 minutes or something. From what I researched.
Well, they got it in Japan. In Japan, there's like the bullet. It's faster than the bullet train. The bullet train was old. Like now they got a new one that's like that uses like it hovers around like a kind of metal beam. It's like magnetized.
Like a monorail.
That's at one side, and it goes like 1,200 miles an hour or something. You know?
Yeah, but this one they said
faster.
It's even crazier. Again, it's like in the vacuum tube using electromagnetism, so there is no friction, so it can go some crazy like speeds. And this whole conspiracy around this is like all the ancient people, right? They believed in apocalypses, and like the the reason why astrology exists, right? Because you see all the signs. It's basically the ancient people believe that when you move from one age to another age, for example, right now we're moving from the age of Pisces to Aquarius. Every few thousand years, there is a global catastrophe that destroys the civilization. That's why in Turkey, all the underground cities, they were built for that purpose, that people who were tracking stars for like thousands of years, they knew that something was coming. So now when we're transitioning from one age to another, that people in power, they know that something is coming, whether NASA already saw it or not, but that's why they're building all these bunkers. Because what happened after the Younger Dryas, what happened, the reason why in Turkey they were building these underground cities, same thing is going to be happening sometime soon. And now they're building all these bunkers.
Yeah.
But why are they, what are they doing in the dumbs? What are we doing in the dumbs, Nikos?
In the what?
What's in the deep underground?
I don't know. I think a lot of it is like self-preservation. So I think a lot of the deep underground military bases is like for maybe a potential forthcoming cataclysm. So it's a self-preservation technique, which is why we have big seed banks as well around the world. I think the deep underground bases are, when that cataclysm comes again, they're prepared. I think it's more that than anything else. But also it serves many purposes in, traveling, like black market, in terms of like moving, slaves and, whatever hostages, I think it just takes people off, the radar a little bit. But in LA in particular, the deep underground bases, they actually have freights, like lorries that actually do deliveries in and out of these like underground cities. There's actually Starbucks under there and Subways, like the sandwich companies and stuff, that are actually under these mountains. They have to like refill them up, and these lorry drivers stop in, and they've documented that, yeah, we stopped at a Starbucks on the Cayenne Mountain and stuff like that. So I think the purpose, like to answer your question, is self-preservation for maybe a cataclysm, which makes sense. The amount of money that been going into these boring projects, because I kind of agree with what Eugene was saying, but I don't think they've got some secret technology that melts rock, all that kind of stuff. I think they're just digging into the mountains because they know at some point in the future there is some type of an event which affects the surface of the earth. And if you can build yourself into a rock like that, it makes sense that you would do it, ahead of time. So I think it's more to do with that than anything else. I'm not into one thing Susie said on the last show, Area 51. I think that's what one of those are. I think Spurs King put a comment in saying it's a red herring, and I completely agree. Like anything like Area 51 is such high profile, and it's been such high profile for 70 years. There's nothing secret there. They wouldn't. It was only a small airport and little thing like 50 years ago. I feel like that's one of their preparation for the cataclysms, like
the
areas,
area.
Yeah,
Area 51 itself. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm done.
Oh, so the Area 51 itself, it's not as secret. There's like S4, I think. That's the kind of the secret part. But the Area 51, a lot of people, like researchers, they're saying that craft, it was actually like a German replica, or like that's the craft the Germans sent with handicapped kids on board.
The military wouldn't let you know. Like if they had secret technology, none of us would know the name of it. It wouldn't be TV shows about it. You wouldn't, if the minute someone knew about it, they would move it somewhere else. So again, I think it was Spurs King mentioned on the last show, red herring. It just keeps people off the scent that they actually moved it somewhere else.
How are you remembering who said things in the last show? I don't even remember what I said 5 minutes ago, let alone what someone else wrote in the comment section. What are we doing here?
I've got a selective memory. I like Spurs King. I
remember like when like in episode 2, you were like, oh, it's one of those things that you said, Sean, when we were doing it back on Sean Butler TV a year ago. And I'm like,
mate, do you know why? I tend to remember things that I think are important, and I forget Spurs games.
Yeah. It's weird. Like I could see an episode of The Simpsons that I haven't seen since 1995, and as soon as I switch it on, within like 3 seconds, I'll know not only the episode, but I'll be able to like repeat the entire script as they go through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you're
think
wasting
back,
your memory
back
card.
when I was interested, back when I had a memory that wasn't like completely fucked by all the alcohol and the drugs that I've done in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Like that stuff sunk into my long-term memory, you know?
Yeah, think of your brain, your memory bank, as a SIM card on the phone, one of those SD cards. The more you waste storing up the goals and things that Spurs are doing, put people
I
like
don't know about
Spurs
that. For
keeper
me,
there, the
if,
ghost
if we're
keeper, people
thinking
that
of
have
it in the
actually a
idea of
contribution with
phone,
information in there.
yeah, if we're going to use the analogy of a phone, I reckon my phone's been dropped in the toilet, the river, the drain. It's been the screen has been cracked like 100 times, and it's barely hanging on. I need an upgrade. Give me some Elon Musk Neuralink. Susie, I've uploaded all the ones you sent me, apart from one that was blocked for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think some people can put like some sort of like non-shareable link or whatever on it. So
okay. Mine are mainly celebs and my interest area.
So we'll pick one and see where we go with it.
You guys gotta look at this before and after video of Cynthia and Revo and Ariana Grande before and after the movie Wicked. There is something happening spiritually. Look how afraid she looks, y'all. Look at this that we cannot see. Look at this.
Continues to grow well even through this past or something's bothering her.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, there's something seriously up with both of those women. And whatever, I mean, I don't know the black girl, but like Ariana Grande used to be a smoke show. She used to be absolutely stunning, and now she's just looks entirely emaciated, like entirely.
Yeah, so they talk about, so that's Cynthia, and actually it's some of the videos that I've sent you are kind of all related. So I don't know if you noticed with Cynthia, her hands, so she had normal hands when she looked normal, and then after Wicked, when she's lost so much weight and now she's gone bald, and if you look at the size of her fingers are like out here. And so there's another video I've sent you about a few Hollywood celebrities whose hands have all of a sudden gotten really long fingers. And, you know, they're talking about no matter how much weight you lose, or, you know, yes, maybe you could, you know, lose, like your fingers could become slimmer, but they don't become really long and the joints don't become the way that they are. But that particular video, anyway, they talk about Cynthia, like something's happened where Cynthia is actually controlling Ariana, because that's why she's always touching her and always like making sure she's connected to her and all of that type of stuff. Yeah, it's really sad. And
She had her memory wiped, didn't she?
What's that?
Didn't Ariana Grande say she had her memory wiped?
Yeah, that's one of the videos I've sent you. She went to the that clinic where they erase your memory, and
I mean,
it was just interesting to actually put that on camera.
She might be at Gitmo with Joe Biden at the real Ariana
That's
Grande.
the clinic that Eugene's been to.
Wait, but there's a hell of a.
You say that, Eugene? I've seen a video of that. That there's actually a girl in Peru that looks exactly like Ariana Grande, and they've used her. And this is the new girl that it is. But yeah, how true that is, I don't know.
Who was the guy? Who was the geezer? He was in the Baywatch movie, and he was in like he was like a singer. I think he was in like not
Zac
Glee.
Efron.
What's his name? Zac Efron.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, what happened to him? Like he was good-looking geezer, and then all of a sudden he's got a jaw like Desperate Dan. It's so weird.
Yeah, so he did actually have an accident, so he had to have jaw reconstruction surgery. However, even above that, I think there is something that's happened there where, yeah, because he like, regardless of the structure of his bones, if he's had reconstructive surgery, but it's become really like
yeah, he looks like he's got a lantern jaw. It's absolutely
Yeah, for how
insane.
beautiful he was. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hectic. Yeah, I don't know.
Imagine if he was hooked up with Ariana Grande, and then like the two of them were like the kind of best looking bloke and the best looking bird at school, at high school, right? You saw them, and the last time you see them, they're like, I don't know, they're getting married or whatever else. And then you
Yeah.
check back in like the fight, like 5 years later for like the school reunion, and then those two turn up. What the fuck happened to you two?
Yeah.
Let's do this finger video. Let's have a look finger video. Yeah, she's Angelina Jolie's into some weird shit. She used to drink
Oh, yeah.
the blood of what was his name?
Tommy
something.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah.
Nah,
She used to
Tommy
walk
Lee,
around,
yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy
No.
Lee
she
was
used to walk around with like a vial of his blood on his.
No, Tommy Lee Jones
No,
is
it wasn't-
Pamela
it was another one,
Anderson's
it was
ex.
the other
one. No,
she
Tommy
was
Lee.
with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, that's
Billy Bob
right.
Thornton.
Yeah, Tommy,
Yeah.
Billy.
They used to wear it around
all
each
of
other's
them.
necks. They used to wear it around each other's necks.
Yeah, it was just some
Oh,
weird. fucking
dude,
stuff.
she's yeah.
So they were
Angelina.
saying there with that kind of video, if she was doing some sort of like, again, control thing. But I mean, yeah, again, because it's such an unnatural thing what she was doing. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're stopping someone, but it like stayed and then her fingers were all extended. And again, she also shows really long, slim fingers. Like, yeah, it's a bit weird.
She might have arthritis.
Possibly, or she's high on some drugs.
Yeah, but arthritis would
Both.
make your joints really big. They
I
wouldn't
know,
make you have really skinny, long fingers.
I'm kidding.
So
Yeah.
you're telling me if you lose weight, you don't grow a couple of inches in areas that you like to? Because that's
I'm
what I was.
afraid not, Sean. So
Ah.
quit the diet.
By the way, if these are my fingers, if with the next show they're longer, it's not me. So now
It's
you
not
guys
you.
know.
I'm
on record.
Get our hands out right now, okay?
Exactly.
Perfect. I've got a couple of super chats I haven't done. Sorry, guys. Apologies for everyone that's been waiting for these. Adam Horlock, he goes, love you guys. Let me know if you want me to mod, pal. I saw this when you put this in, and I did make you a mod, Adam. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you, buddy. Very cool of you, buddy. Richest man, big up to you. He's become a new member of the show. I'm not sure if you're a reptile or an alien, but either way, I appreciate you very much indeed, Rich. Thank you very much indeed, my man. Very cool, very cool. And Prince Axel Veraswamy, who is the artist formerly known as Cat Funt, has said, I want to be a dragon called Jesus. That girl was hot. I don't know if she was hot. Was she hot? Was she hot, Cat
With
Funt?
tequila,
I don't know, mate.
nah.
She
I
was
don't know,
definitely
but
on some
it
sort
depends
of
what your
trip.
taste is. And like for some people like Chinese people.
Yeah, nothing
I
wrong.
mean-
There's nothing wrong
Just
with
keep
Chinese
quiet,
people.
Sean. This is the time to keep quiet.
I mean,
Just on,
Susie, there's
one
nothing wrong with
front-
Chinese people, Susie.
Yeah, just,
I don't know
just-
what you're
just-
on, but
Just,
If I had that cancelled jingle, I think I'll add the cancel jingle into my thing.
Stop it,
That-
Susie.
that-
Nothing wrong with
yourself,
Chinese.
mate. You keep cancelling yourself. You keep doing it to us all.
100%.
One thing, Eugene just brought up the Joseph Biden thing again. I've actually got it on my phone here. I don't know if I bring it to the thing, I can show you. It's findagrave.com through ancestry.com. I don't know if you can see it. But
What's the website called?
says,
Can't see it, but you can read it out to us. I can see the website. What's it sound?
it's
No,
ancestry.com,
you
but it's behind a
to
paywall.
clean your screen. It's like there's a bit of egg or something stuck on your screen.
James.
Oh, mate, it's smashed. Got a 5-year-old kid, mate. It's fucking up the wall every 5 minutes, mate. I tell you, mate, I'm lucky it's still even flashing. But anyway, the point is like Ancestry.com is behind a paywall. It's a subscription. But if you go to Find a Grave in the USA, his name comes up as died officially in 2018 on a separate website, which isn't behind a paywall, that says he died in Cuba. So Eugene can mock and laugh all he wants, but as soon as Joe Rogan says it, it'll be facts. But 2018, Joe Biden, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. is allegedly have died.
But if
which
this was
ties in with the
conspiracy-
replacement that took presidency in 2020. Just because you just took a dig at me there a minute ago, so I'm just.
Oh, I
giving you
didn't. I was just making a joke. But
Just
let's
showing you
say
some
if-
facts, mate. Just showing you
let's
some
say
facts.
if there was a conspiracy, then this website would have been scrubbed, and this info would not be on some random website.
Yeah, Ancestry.com is behind a paywall, so you got to pay to be on it. But some people are, some people are not. But if you type in his name on Ancestry.com and you're behind the paywall, then you can see it. But if you haven't, then Find a Grave US is It's the
I'm
same
just
result.
saying the CIA, FBI, NSA, they would have scrubbed every single mention of that ever. So that would not even be a thing.
You can't just scrub history, but
Yeah, you
it
can.
ties into the story of a Manchurian candidate. They put somebody in as somebody that was actually a recognized figure in politics and passed him off as president, bought the election, and yeah. So I'm just saying, I don't just make these things out of thin air. You know, like wanted to sort of throw a little bit of proof there that this is.
I know you don't make them up, but it doesn't mean just because it's on that website, findagrave.com, that it's legit, does it? But
it's like the website that John gave us.
No, there's many websites you can find it on. It's not just 1 or 2 or 3 websites. It's like if you actually look into, he's got a very unique name. It's Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. Like there can't be many people with that name, surely.
I mean, there could be 2.
All right.
Let's get the math out. What's the mathematical probability of someone else having that name? Let's see what ChatGPT says.
Low, definitely low.
No. Mate, my mathematical probabilities, they stand up, mate. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that just because it's on a website doesn't mean it's real, mate. That's the point.
No, but this is like ancestry websites. You know, it's not just one website or 2 websites. This is on multiple websites.
Findagrave.com doesn't necessarily, you know, anyone could manipulate that. That could be a bit of fun and games.
Pay for it. If that's the case, then why are people paying for it?
I don't know. Why do people pay for the Times and the Telegraph? It doesn't mean that everything that's on there is real, does it?
I'm just saying. The point I made earlier on.
I was going to say, why do people pay to be part of this channel?
Yeah, exactly.
I was about to, but I don't want to go there.
Payment doesn't equal truth. Sometimes it's the entire opposite. Just look at the sliding banner.
Yeah, mate. I'm just saying. People pay for Dragon Hub, apparently.
No, yeah, Dragon Hub. I want to check that one out for sure. Give me that Tia, whatever her name was.
Find
Tia
website.
Tia Tequila. Anyway, let's have a look at another video. What's that? What's that, mate? What's that, Nikos?
Huh?
What are you saying?
I said buydragonhub.com.
I don't want to buy any more fucking websites. I've got, you know how many fucking URLs I got? I've got so many domains. I've got more domains than fucking GoDaddy.
You've got more domains than Google.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. See this next one. What are we doing here?
So I'm in the airport. I just took a flight.
That's my Damon again.
Oh, would you look at that? We've got a new version of Miley. Everyone is saying that she just got her teeth redone. They claim that she redid her veneers. Okay, but this was her the night before. This was literally the night before. Okay, these are all within the same days. These events are happening, and this was her the night before. She came out looking like this. Like, y'all can't really be falling for this, right? Like, there's just no way that people are really believing this. And the way that you can tell what's going on and who's shifting in there, like, that's clearly Tish in there. This is creepy, okay? Just look at that face. That face was the night before she came out with a new face. Before this. That's not possible. You think that she had teeth surgery the night before? And let's just go ahead and just look at a bunch of pictures of her and see how incredibly different. This was just a few days ago. Just a few days ago, you guys. Like, this right here, I can see Tish. But this looks like Brandy to me. Brandy is her sister. Now, here is a family photo. They all look distinctively different, sure similarities, but they look like they're their own person. Specifically, these 3, okay? They have different features. They don't all look exactly the same. Funny that now they all kind of do, though they all look like they're merging into one. Here is Brandy. Look at her face is fuller. Her cheeks are fuller. She has the new Miley face. Tell me that this face doesn't look like the Miley we just saw with the new teeth. And as you can see, Brandy is a DJ, apparently. So when we talk about them switching into each other's bodies, why would they do that? Well, this way they get to play different roles. So here she's a DJ, then she gets to perform on stage as Miley or vice versa. But genuinely, the features are fuller like Brandy here. But here, they're longer and slimmer. Like, oh, I don't know, her mother.
I got to cut that one off. Susie, that's just like, that's not good enough for me.
Sane and normal. She sounds.
Yeah, that's just normal. That's just normal. That's just different makeup.
Oh, look what she looks
the woman
like.
is crazy.
On one day, her face is literally so gaunt, and she looks really old. And then the next day, she looks really fresh and young again and plump.
She might have had a couple of bits of carbohydrates. I'd imagine a girl like that starves herself, and if she has a couple of beers or whatever and a few pizzas, it piles it on very quickly.
In a day.
Yeah, fuck, I've seen it. I've done it myself. You know, I can put on half a stone in a day pretty easy if I eat enough. 100%.
Okay.
100%.
I don't know.
I don't care if she's a Satanist. I think I speak for everybody, the males on the panel here. We all still would.
Oh yeah, each version of her. Yeah, each version.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Her voice is crazy, but
are we saying that?
Man.
What are you saying, Eugene? You think it's normal? Yeah, you think it's normal one?
Oh yeah, no, that's normal. The woman in that clip who's talking, she is a nut job. Obviously.
Yeah, I think she's.
I think they're
teeth
different
surgery,
people.
swollen face, maybe.
Yeah.
Could have had a dose of Botox. Yeah, I think most of the men here are sitting there thinking, yeah, it's like, listen. So, Susie, with all due respect, a lot of men are used to meeting a girl the night before and then waking up to someone the next morning that looks entirely
When
different.
the makeup comes off and the teeth come out,
We
and the hair comes
ain't
out,
falling for that shit, you know.
and the bra comes
That
off.
one 1,000
It
times.
happens to women as well, I'll tell you guys.
No, does it? Does it?
Well, no, I suppose it's more how much alcohol the
Hershey.
girl drinks where you think you're
the
going
big
We
to
sold a
that
lie.
day
We sold a
when-
lie on a Friday. Wake up with the truth on a Saturday.
All right. Well, give
Yeah,
us some aliens, Sean.
100%.
That could be merch. That could be merch.
Yeah, it's a great one. Sold the lie on the Friday, woke up to the truth on the Saturday. Get out of my bed and go. Be gone with you.
Where's
let's,
Teflon? Where's Teflon? He's the king of the merch. Where's Teflon?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He hasn't been on the last two shows. He came on late on the last one. I'll message him, see what he's going on. Right. What's this one?
Stand up. We're not supposed to see this. We're not supposed to see this.
Dawn.
No, it's so funny. He says we're not supposed to see this, but
Yeah.
we're seeing it. It's like what?
There's
What?
there's a very on that particular subject there. There's a very interesting video that might actually resonate with you, Eugene. It's a rabbi in Israel, and he actually draws out the map of the Earth as a flat Earth with Gartha and the Hollow Earth theory, and he pictures a black sun inside the Earth, and he draws out the polar skies and the internal sun and moon. I can probably find the video actually for sure now if you want me to find it. I think I've got to save it on my ex profile somewhere.
I don't trust people who don't eat bacon.
Sorry?
I don't trust people who do not eat bacon.
You don't trust rabbis, no?
Of course not.
You
Who
don't
does?
eat bacon. I thought you were Jewish. You're Jewish, yeah?
So why would I trust some, a rabbi?
But if Joe Rogan says it,
of course.
I'm just saying, if you want more information about this whole Gartha inner Earth hollow theory, like there is something to it, I think.
Oh no, I don't. Well, so with this specific thing, the bird, like the diary, that was disproven. Like the wife files, there was an episode on this. No diary, that was never there. So that aspect has been debunked.
No.
Why is it that most of the religions in the world, right? Most of the popular religions all have some animal that they're not allowed to eat, apart from.
So with the pork for Muslim and Jews, the theory goes that back in the day, with no refrigeration, it was super hot in the Middle East, so they didn't want people to get sick for practical reasons.
Well, in the Bible, so in the early stages of the Bible as well, it also says don't eat pork, but then it's later it changes in the New Testament that you could eat it. So I think that's the reason for that. But I mean, the the Sikhs and stuff, but it's only because their gods are animals. So, like the cow is very sacred to them, which is why they can't eat beef and milk. It depends how strict following they are, but yeah, they've got a lot of different gods as well, and all the animals represent a different god.
So that's why I think the world is so angry with each other, right? Because no one knows how good bacon tastes, apart from Christians. We're generally cool, right? Like if everyone just fucking learned to eat pork, everyone would be a little bit happier. Nothing better than a bacon sandwich to start your day. Genuinely.
I don't eat any pork.
You don't eat it either.
It's true. It's true.
Bacon
is the
sandwich,
best.
nothing better than a bacon sandwich. Bacon and egg
Turkey
sandwich.
bacon tastes exactly the same.
No, how do you know? You don't eat pork. By the way,
No,
it
I
doesn't.
used to. To be fair, I did used to have pork, and I haven't
Turkey
eaten
bacon
pork
does not
for
taste
about.
exactly the same. What the fuck are you talking about? It's
Same
almost as wild.
the
Almost as wild as
and
the flat Earth
pepperoni.
conspiracy theory.
Like I don't know how they get it to taste the same, but it just tastes the same to me.
What are we doing? Bacon sandwiches confuse the world.
First,
I'm not even
Chinese
joking.
people,
Everyone just,
bacon.
you know, they say break bread, break a bacon sandwich. You have some, I'll have some. In fact, fuck you, I'm having the whole thing. But just go and get your own, all right? And then we can all be fine. A little bit of HP sauce, a little bit of HP sauce, the bacon and egg sandwich in the morning. No one's having one of them. Nobody is having a full English proper bacon butty with egg and some and HP sauce, and then going to war. No one's doing it. There's no one going to kill anybody after a nice bacon and egg sandwich. What are we doing it?
Forget the sandwich. 2 weeks ago, I found a diner randomly. They had a bacon tasting menu. 7 different slabs of bacon. Like one was the sweet one, like the spicy one. It was like a bacon tasting menu. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh, how can it be bad? Amazing.
Let's go and get like, I don't know, Netanyahu, whoever the geezer is at the head of the other side. Let's go and get the Pope. Let's go and get a few different religious people together, sitting down at that fucking taster menu, and then go, can we not all just get along? Can we not all just get along? I think everyone will get along. I don't know, black one, white one. Which one are we talking about? There's a black Pope, isn't there? You're right,
Yes,
Susie.
the Pope.
Is Perchy with you, or are you talking to your child?
I know Perchy's laying on the sofa.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's because basically, if he's not allowed to have pork when he's with me, so that's why he's moaning about it.
Percy is a child, so technically,
Basically,
Does he want to join? Does he want to join, or is he sitting there playing Football Manager? What's he doing?
No, he's watching the show on his phone.
Oh, is he?
No, I'm back. I was trying to find a video on X, but it cuts out. So no, I was just checking now my Peruvian Division 2 team was doing in the second half of its knockout stage game.
The Peru face.
I was just seeing if I can find the Rabbi Black Sun video. I'll find it for the next show. It's quite interesting.
Paddy fucking Hartnett has stumbled into the rabbit hole ramblings, and he's.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Hello, Paddy. How you doing, mate? He's been sitting there quiet. He hasn't put in a comment. He's obviously had to subscribe to comment, and he's literally pushed the subscribe button just so he can let us know there's no such thing as an English fry up.
Okay, mate. Everything you just said there, Sean. I was listening to it. I was nodding my head away. I don't know if you can see me. I was nodding my head away. I just had parents over for a week, mate. They brought me out like 8 packets of Sainsbury's thick bacon, like Danish bacon. Mate, you can't get it here in Spain. Like, all the bacon here is all like that stringy bacon you get in America.
Yeah, not Perchy. Eugene. I don't even know if you haven't. If you've grown up mainly in America, all you've ever had is that streaky shit. Like, you don't know anything. You haven't tried a bacon sandwich unless you've had the full.
The Danish bacon is like pork loin. It's like the pork loin cut, where it's like a big fat bit of meat and a very skinny bit of fat. But I've literally had someone.
It's called pork belly. It's pork belly. It's different than bacon.
So I will actually say the only thing that I miss pork related is a little pork pie. I used to love those as a child.
What about sausages?
Huh?
What about sausages on a barbecue? What are we
Well,
doing?
so interesting. So
Don't tell me you have beef
South
sausages
Africa-
or something, or chicken sausages. Don't tell me what are you doing. I know where you're going to go with this, and it's going to annoy me.
No, I was going to say, so in South Africa we have the boerewors, which is, the twirly sausage, but that's normally made with beef or lamb or whatever, so it's not normally pork anyway. But
A Richmond big fat fucking sausage. Go and get 2 of them, cut them in half. Again, egg on top. Put in a nice little. Ketchup. Get off my stream. We don't do ketchup around here. There's no ketchup. It's HP sauce.
Okay, hold on.
That's one of Eugene's sauces. It's one of Eugene's sauces.
Hold on.
It's
So I actually made Jack's. I did the lamb
Slander.
sausages and I had it with ketchup. And he's like, "What are you doing with ketchup? It's brown sauce." I was like, "Fine, we'll do half and half." True as Bob, we did half and half. He is now a convert from brown sauce to ketchup with a sausage. Honestly, it is all because it's the sweetness of the ketchup. And it just works.
Nobody discovers ketchup after brown sauce. Whoever that person is you're talking about has done that to kind of like make you feel better. Everyone starts with ketchup and then moves to brown sauce. Whenever he's with you, he might like. Is that Perchy you're talking about that's converted?
Yeah.
Perchy's just saying that. When I see Perchy at a Tottenham game, he's going brown all the way. He's going brown all the way. He's just doing that for your benefit.
Pause.
Brown sauce is the only.
I had the sauce in London. It was okay.
The lamb sausages, yes.
Oh,
Although-
only with lamb sausages.
All right, listen, we're getting well off track here. We're getting well off track.
Yeah,
It's a conspiracy that you lot don't eat fucking.
Taking it
proper
back to track there, you just showed a video about Agatha. The Hollow Earth is quite an interesting subject, and I've got a video I'll find for the next show, which is a rabbi drawing actually the whole layout of the Earth from their their textbooks from when they were like what they were taught as rabbis.
Yeah, it's called Shoal, isn't it? Shoal is the inner Earth, right? Which is where
Shoal, but they have the inner Earth. There's basically a black sun inside the Earth, which ties into the Summerland thing we talked about with Admiral Byrd the other day.
And it actually draws. If you draw
it draws out the Masonic logo as well.
Yeah.
So I'll find the video, and it's like he says nothing. So there's
I might have it on here, mate. I might have it on here.
I've tried to find it quickly then, but I couldn't find it. I thought I had it saved in my section, but the guy whoever posted it must have deleted it. I'll definitely find it for the next video because it's kind of like the visual of it is actually quite interesting.
All right, nice one.
I'm all for it.
Let's go.
I'm not against Hollow Earth. I'm a fan.
Yeah. I'm a fan as well.
Me neither.
To watch that again.
Yeah, what is that?
What is that?
It's like a rocket hitting something in the sky.
Looks like a firmament to me. I'm the firmament police.
Looks like AI to me.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you draw the line with AI? Because it's become so good, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mate, any video you can put up now, anyone can say looks like AI, and it's just.
I genuinely think if it's like
Do
if
you
it's 8
believe
seconds.
Do you believe this firmament that you can't go through it? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
We can't go through it.
No.
So, but that video that we watched, not this one, the one before about the hole in Antarctica, that was from space. So you can't believe that.
The hole in Antarctica is in the land, not in the.
No,
sky.
but the video was from a spaceship looking down.
No, it's from the sky. It's from it sank high in the sky, but it wasn't above the firmament. So whatever that video was inside of the firmament. I've seen that video before. What Sean showed the other day about that opening. I've seen it before too. But I think it's there. I think it possibly something there. But
So
the
is
video
that your reason why you don't believe in aliens? Because you don't believe they can come into the.
Yeah, they can't
firmament?
physically get in. Yeah, that's exactly what I think.
So you believe nothing can leave and nothing can come in.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Yeah, I used to love that as a kid.
Yeah. But he actually said one thing people need to remember is we're in a closed. The Earth is a closed environment. Nothing can enter, nothing can escape.
He's an idiot. He's not even.
He's a fucking idiot. He's a complete idiot. Same with that Neil My Ass Tyson. He's a fucking idiot as well. Can't stand.
James in the chat there just said meteors. Same thing. If there's a physical, like if I believe there's a physical obstruction in the sky, it means nothing's going out. There's no satellites. There's no meteors coming in. It just rules out anything going in and out other than the floodgates, which is written in the Bible, in the heavens, and water can come in from that floodgates. That's it. So if you can get your head around that, it kind of like gives you a basis of what can and can't happen. And that's where I'm at.
Right, man. On that basis, then.
So do you believe in aliens, Sean?
Yeah.
What kind of question is that? This is
everything's aliens.
I
used to run a show. My first version of this channel was called I'm not saying it's aliens, but ... Everything's aliens. For me. I think I'm an alien. You know?
You're a unique cookie.
Yeah. Look at Matt Cox. Look at Matt Cox in the comments
out there quite like me. Let's be honest.
Yeah, sure. Look at Matt Cox in the comment section here. Nikos believes the Truman Show is a true story as well, Susie. He was a flat earther half an hour ago. Now he's digging me out.
Yeah, what happened to you, Matt? He must have had a couple of beers.
Get all brave, mate. Come on, put your face on camera, mate. Come on, let's talk about it.
No, he was very brave in the Football Inc. He did the predicciones on Friday last week, and he did very well. He smashed me, and well, it's no success to beat Johnny. Johnny's terrible. Butler is an alien, Hendris, 100%, mate, 100%. Sean, Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson has Brian Cox on it last week. Honestly, good. I don't mind Brian Cox.
Cox is good. I like him.
Cox is good. He's nice to listen to. He's like, he could send you to sleep. He's very he's got that mellifluous tone thing, but he also says like, oh, we don't know. Whereas Neil deGrasse Tyson just talks like, it's not about his science stuff or his space stuff, but I'm fine with all that shit if he knows what he's talking about. It's the ego of the man is like bigger than I've ever seen. And he thinks that because he's an expert in astrophysics, that he can talk about anything on any topic and act like an expert, and he thinks that he's smarter than anybody else in the room, and he literally thinks he can just talk down and talk dumb, and that he's too smart for anyone else to pay attention to and follow his train of thought, and he really isn't that smart. And a lot of the stuff he says is just fucking absolute like asinine fucking idiocy. But he sits there and talks with such a level of arrogance. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you absolute muggy little.
And Brian Cox made his money off of the BBC spitting propaganda about space. So neither of them are plausible, credible, and I think they're both muppets, to be honest. I agree with what I was talking to you the other day about Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like the Brian Cox thing, he kind of gives a little bit more of a palatable like expression. Like you can kind of like maybe tolerate some of the bullshit he's saying, but the Neil deGrasse Tyson one, he's got a chip on his shoulder because he's a higher level Freemason. So he comes across a bit like
he's so condescending. He's so condescending. He's like, it's just you guys just don't. You're not smart enough to understand that. Actually, I am. We all are. What you're saying just doesn't make any fucking sense. And stop treating people like they're fucking morons. And also, you don't know anything about politics or football or fucking, love or anything else, right? You might know about fucking stars. Fine, cool, congratulations. This is what sort of pisses me off about scientists. It's the same with that Eric Weinstein and his brother, whatever his name is. They go on Joe Rogan and they have this like, because I'm a mathematician, I can explain things to you in a way that I understand how politics work or I understand how logic works. And fuck off. You're just someone who knows how to read a textbook very well. Congratulations. You know how to draw a fucking funny E in the formulas. Doesn't mean you know fuck all about anything else. Stop talking down to people. It pisses me off.
These are the captains of Dark Matter.
I like Eric Weinstein, smart guy.
No, I don't like him. I think he's such an ego as well, and he gets really set when people criticize him or challenge him. He acts like a 4-year-old. Did you see that? Did you see the interview on Piers Morgan? Weinstein went up against some other theoretical physicist.
The other guy is a Muppet.
The other guys, they're both Muppets, right? But they just like he didn't like one of the other one, and then they're having a little petulant school. It was like the two boffins in the fight in a schoolyard having like a little slapsies game. It was like fight. Do you know what I mean? Shut up, you little brats. Go back and read your book and fucking leave us alone. Anyway, we got loads more. How much time have you guys got, by the way?
More time.
I'll take a break for 15 and then I'll come back. I have to go pick up my son, but I'll be back.
Okay.
So save the best for me. Now you can do like gossip, celebrity, you can do all that stuff right now. When I come back, hard-hitting stuff, like hard-hitting action.
Okay.
So for now you guys can, do your...
Love you, man. Thanks for seeing you in a while, buddy. Susie, how long have you got?
Yeah, whenever really. I mean, not till like midnight, but yeah.
Oh, yes. We moved the show half an hour.
I know, I'm actually drinking, so maybe you can convince me.
Come on, we're going on all night.
It's Christmas.
All night. I've got like another 50 videos that are waiting to get. I just haven't got any space in my StreamYard right now. But as soon as these things are deleted, we can keep going. Let us know in the chat what you guys want to go. How long you want to go for? Scientist rant incoming. That's Sorry, I've done that already. Anyway, let's get on this. Let's do a video. Let's do it. Smash the like, guys. Smash the subscribe. You know the rules. And share the content. Let your friends know. We want to get to 1,000. All right. Eugene, I thought you were fucking off. What are you doing here?
Yeah, mate. It's time to talk about Jews.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, he's not going yet. He's not going yet.
No, 5 minutes. It depends.
5 minutes.
Hey,
5 minutes. All right. Then.
nice
Okay,
try,
let's go.
Nikos.
Let's see what this one is.
It's banter. It's all banter.
It's time to talk about Jews.
Yeah, first it's the rabbi, now it's this. He's trying to trigger me. I'm staying.
Jesus Christ! Listen, Nikos, I've said to you before. When just because Eugene's gone, it doesn't mean that his agents have left the chat either. Okay, we've got to be careful.
Mate, I must not going around, mate. But they sent me a message over there. They said they like me. They like my bravado.
They don't like me. They don't fucking like me, bro.
They like my panaz.
All right, let's look at this one. What's this one? I think this is a UFO one. What do you think? One more time.
They're definitely a flipper with a fucking headlight on, is it?
It could be a ball lightning. It's a ball lightning.
Any take on that one?
I mean, it just looks like there was a boat that's riding the waves, but the boat has been like taken out.
Yeah, it's some
This
guy
is what I
with a
mean with
flashlight.
AI. It really is a bit of like what's real, what's not. I don't know.
Maybe jet ski. Someone said in the comments that jet ski was my first.
It literally does look like a headlight off of some sort of vehicle, or
it fucking that's like an electric boom.
It looks like jet ski.
No, it looks like it's just jumping on the waves.
Little bastards. Fair enough. How am I the most lunatic of the four of us tonight? What's going on?
I thought I was going to come in the skeptic today. But
come on, Sean, do better.
I'm in the skeptic tank. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Next one. What's this one? I don't know.
Well, if you thought this was real, and that was real, and this whole thing, well, then you definitely think the death of Rob Reiner and his wife, which just happened to be reported at 3:30 p.m. And there are 3 comments. And hey, December, that's the 12th month. 1 + 2 is 3. And 14, 4 - 1 is 3. And 5 - 2 is 3. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, you probably think this is real as well if you think those others are. But maybe I should show you a few things that maybe you've missed along the way. Let's start with the Nicole Brown Simpson death. Stabbing, in fact. I mean, this couldn't be fake, right? They did a full year-long dragged-out trial. I mean, they could have never gone through that much trouble, or maybe they just had AI before you realized they had AI. And well, maybe you've never seen the video I've done showing how much newscaster Megyn Kelly, who even talks about how ridiculous of a conspiracy it is that she could be Nicole Brown Simpson. I mean, if you just add a little, stuff under there, a little filler, it's pretty similar. And then when you put them together, again, minus the roundedness of that chin versus the straightness, which could be accomplished with a little filler, well, they look pretty similar. But what would the odds be that they would look so similar and then have the exact same 1, 2, 3 triangular dots? Now, if those are in the exact same place on the neck, that would be strange, right? Oh, they are right on the exact same spot. Now, again, 1, 2, 2. Now, if those are in the same spot, now we're really thinking something's going on. Oh, like right on the chest here and right on the chest there. And well, if you've never seen my video on this Freemason, this political hero whose last name just happens to be King, and they think you're so dumb that they mock you by not even changing his last name and turning him into Don King. Here's a pacifist. He doesn't believe in fighting. Here's a fight promoter who promotes fights. They love duality. It's why they do the black and white checkered floors. And seriously, if you haven't seen the video, just go look that up. There's smoking guns galore. And this one, come on. Grassy knoll, you're smarter than that. You're smarter than that. None of it's real. He's alive. He became Jimmy Carter. Again, just go look up the video. And seriously, if you believe this one, just go to my September videos. I did 10 of them exposing how not only is he a complete lying fraud and still alive, but so is Candace Owens. She's not even who she says she is. Go to September. Trust me. But of course, I'm just joking. This is all for entertainment purposes. I'm sure it's just a coincidence that there's a 3 and a 3 and a 3 and a 3 and a 3.
Mate, that guy's good. That's a good guy. He's a good guy. He does a lot.
Fair enough. Listen, when you start to say, look, 3 plus 0 equals 3, and 4 minus 1 equals 3, and 7 minus 5 equals 2, plus the 1 equals 3, you start to lose me, because you can find it whatever you're looking for. If you can work with it in any way you want, with minuses and divisions and multiplications and stuff, I don't know. Then I start to go, that numerology thing, you're just looking for. You're just looking for the answers. But the birthmarks or whatever, freckles, that's a little bit weird. I'll give you that.
As people in the comments keep saying, mate, the world is a stage, mate. A lot of what we've been exposed to in terms of like popular culture, a lot of it is a stage. A lot of it's a movie.
So was that one of your videos, Susie? I don't think it was mine.
Yeah. Do you know what? Because you baffle me so much, because I can't believe you find something like that far-fetched, but then some of the stuff you believe in, you don't think is far-fetched. This is where I get like, I feel mine are quite like
what do I believe in?
virgin territory of conspiracy theories, where you're like hardcore, and it's like,
but not everything.
Me or Sean.
Both of you, all three of you actually. While if Eugene was here.
Yes. Which ones do you? What conspiracies do I believe in that are far-fetched?
Reptilians,
why is that
aliens, this little light that was just flashing on the boat.
It wasn't a boat.
Well, I mean, I think it was a boat that was CGI'd out, or whatever you want to call it.
That might be true. That's just a bit of fun. But what's so wild about reptilians? Do you believe in God, Susie?
Yeah.
You believe in God?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is believing in God believable, but believing in reptilians is unbelievable?
Fair.
It's not necessarily about reptilians that I don't think is true, but I don't think they're people. Like, this is where I get God. For me, is just a higher power. It's just something. So what he looks like, or I say he, but what this figure looks like, I mean, we assume that it's, in our form, which is what the Bible says. So that's what we imagine, which is how we sort of see Jesus and stuff. But reptilians, like walking among us in a human's body, like that to me is very far-fetched, with the eyes, where I see, loads of videos where they look at these people's eyes.
All those things are just CGI for sure. Those things are CGI. But the idea, well, I for sure, actually, having said that, for sure, 100%, I said this on the previous episode, I was in America I lived in America during the Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton election campaign. And I was like, every day I was finished work, I'd go home and watch it. I was right into it. American politics. I live in America. I'll get into politics, all that stuff. And I saw her on a bus or on a plane or something, and she was taking questions from it was live on TV, and she was coughing, and then she looked up. She was about to answer, and then her fucking eye just went, and it just almost like a white sheen just came across her eye. And it looked like her eye went spazzy, like she was, I don't know. It looked like it was not. There was absolutely nothing normal about it at all. And I was like, "What was that?" And I around it. I had like Sky Digital or whatever around it, and then I saw it on videos later on. I'm sure I could still find it at some point. And
So
I
my
was watching it live.
Yeah, so then my thing is, okay, fine, if you believe in these reptilians and there are the superpower, or there are the ones in charge and calling the shots, or whatever you want to say, then why do they need to hide in human bodies? Why can't they just be themselves and still rule the earth?
What do you mean?
This is where I get a little bit like, oh, I mean, what's
Tinder
the
doesn't
point?
allow reptilians. You're not allowed to have a reptilian Tinder profile.
Sorry, what's that?
On Tinder, you're not allowed to have a reptilian profile.
No, I think it's part of, like, you have to lead people to whatever you want to achieve, right? I feel like.
But if they want to achieve world dominance, which is what they're trying to do, and
they've already got it,
controlling the population, why do they have to do it in a human's body?
They've already got it, though. But
exactly.
Have you heard of different dimensions? Like we can only see 0.005% of visible light with our eye spectrum. Like, think about this. We know for a fact that there is ultraviolet, right? We've got technology that can pick up ultraviolet, and we've got technology that can pick up infrared, for example. Our eyes can't see it, but you can use technology to do it. A shark can taste a droplet of blood in a billion liters, right? Billion liters of water. So they've got a spectrum of taste. Their sense of taste is infinitely bigger than ours, right? We can taste salt and sweet and sharp, whatever, bitter and all that stuff, but we couldn't taste blood, tiny droplet of blood in a glass of water. Dogs can smell fear, right? Dogs can smell fear. We know that. Other animals can smell fear. They can sense it.
Yeah.
We can't. So like the concept that there's things going on around us that our particular senses are not capable of seeing, but other creatures that we know and we can experience, that they can experience things on a different spectrum, a different wavelength.
Yeah.
So there's that concept, right? So like, what's to say that there's not things walking like Wi-Fi? We can't see it. Oxygen, we can't see it, but we know it fills our lungs. Why is it? And then that's just on the kind of 3D perspective, the 3D plane of experience and existence that we work within. And there's things that are happening around us that we know are interacting with everything around us, but we can't experience them, but we know that they're there. Then you've got fourth dimension, fifth dimension. We know, according to physics or science, whatever, that we know that there's up to, I think it's 13 different dimensions. There might be hundreds more, but right now we did like that they can figure out that there's different dimensions. We can't understand what 5D is. I think the fourth dimension is time, but the fifth dimension is like a whole nother thing that we can't experience, right? So what's to say that there's not creatures or it doesn't mean that they're aliens necessarily. It might just mean that they're just entities or whatever that operate in a different dimension that we can experience. And for them to be able to operate within our dimension, they have to take the form or the guise of things that can operate within the 3D realm. So that's why they participate as a human being. They might just be like occupying the body or the physical presence of a human being, but they're actually just entities that operate in a different dimension.
Meet Joe Black comes up again. Brad Pitt. Remember the movie Brad Pitt was spoke about a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
He's deaf, but he takes the form of a person who just dies, and then he goes about his work. You know, maybe there's some sort of law we don't understand where they've got to be in these bodies. You know, I think it's more to do with the fact that it reduces fear factor. If there was a reptilian running around, you know, you saw, a reptilian down a supermarket and stuff, it might sort of change your perspective on things and create some sort of type of like war, some sort of type of rebellion.
It also might be that to answer your question as well, I don't know, but there's people speculate and think that these people, like there's some sort of like karmic rules or cosmic rules to these people's existence or these things' existence, and that they have to, for them, like they might be able to do certain things that we can't do, but we can do certain things that they can't do. Like a lot of these creatures apparently are like non-creative. They can't imagine things, but they can duplicate or replicate things. So like they allow us to create things and they steal it. Still the technology, still the idea. They can replicate other things that we do, but they can't actually do it themselves. And so there might just be like a system of rules in which they operate by their own limitations. And that's why they participate in this particular game of life the way they do. Because if the secret was out, then the game would be up. And bear in mind, there's like 8 billion of us, and there's probably only a few thousand of them.
Exactly. Numbers game. Which is why they want to depopulate the earth. Maybe. Can you just bear with me 2 minutes, Sean? I've just got a quick. I hear the kid crying, so I'll be back in just 2 minutes. I'll just mute myself for 2 minutes, all right?
All right. We'll go and look at another video. I think Susie's actually a shapeshifter. I think she's just. I think she's taking the piss. She's like, well, no one.
I do not talk like that. Excuse me.
I think she's just sitting there going. You think all this stuff is so crazy, Sean? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But meanwhile, you're going, like a proper fucking lizard. Anyway, let's check out another video, shall we? Should we go for another one? Let's go for this one. What's this one?
Gerald Ford is not a pedophile per se. He's what I refer to as trisexual. He'll try anything. Any age, anybody, anytime, anywhere, just as long as he had control. Because he had a perversion of power, in addition to his interest in mind control. Therefore, it was Gerald Ford who came out to our house and explained to my father how to raise me in the project according to government specifications. My father had been caught sending this child pornography through the U.S. mails, and therefore he was approached and told that if he sold me in...
I'm worried about what she's going to say. Let's delete that one.
Yeah, I also don't know where she was going with that.
Yeah. All right, pick another one. Random.
Real men of genius.
But what? Sorry, I watched this before, okay? So you got to check this out. This is J.D. Vance, right? J.D. Vance. This is when he was coming up. This is the Vice President of the United States.
Yeah.
And he hasn't figured out when he's got his jdvance.com on the thing. He hasn't figured out that his screen is mirrored, and he just has to click the unmirror the screen things. He's sitting there trying to work out why has it got like jdvance.com back to front, and he tries watch what he does. Okay, now you know what the setup is. Watch this. Which one was it? Was this? Wow, fuck. Which one was it?
Real men of genius.
But what?
Real man of genius.
Just like, definitely like.
Real men of genius.
Real man of genius.
Well, it's not like that most of the time. Just a little bit.
Real men of genius.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he tried to turn the camera upside down. He thought it would solve it. Fucking idiot. This guy is the Vice President of the United States, by the way. The Vice President, ladies and gentlemen. He's almost as bad as Joe Biden. Unbelievable. What do you think about him? Do you know much about J.D. Vance?
Yeah, a little bit, not massively. I try, I'm not so, I like listening to some of the politics in America, but I don't follow it like some people are quite religious about it because it's so crazy over there.
Yeah. But you know what? I think that he's being like kind of groomed to be the next president.
Yeah.
Because Elon Musk is like a few. I think who were the guys? Elon Musk was one of them. A load of tech bros and a load of finance bros that are like really obviously involved in political donations. They've all spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars getting him into the right position so that he can eventually take over. I mean, God forbid he becomes the president. You know, he's a
It's a
donor.
bit like Joe. It's everything doesn't come from them though. They are just the front showing person, but
true.
everything it's about. They just need a puppet that's going to do what they say. Then that's the whole point of it, which is probably why they groom these people for years and years and years about it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you follow South African politics?
A little bit, not massively.
Is there lots of like, I don't know what you want to call it, like white farmer genocide? Is that really happening over there?
Yeah, massively. That's been happening for years and years and years. It's very crazy, very sad actually. And it's interesting because I actually saw a video the other day. One of the black politicians was talking about, South Africa, and a lot of the African countries obviously started as black. And, the white person, came in and started running the country. And, for 30 years or whatever, the black people fought to be in control. And, that's obviously when Mandela was in prison and, when he came out and then became president, and everything got given back to, or control got given back to the black people. And since then, it's just, now we don't have, obviously, I don't know if you do know, but in South Africa, especially, there's massive load shedding. So, the electricity, so it'll go off. You only have electricity for about 3 hours a day sometimes because the infrastructure is not maintained anymore. water supply is not there, so obviously they switch your water off and all of this type of stuff, and they kind of talk about this whole thing
because all the trained guys were told to fuck off and all the untrained people are taking it over and don't know what they're doing.
Basically, yeah. So it's kind of that whole thing is actually sometimes you weren't given a bad deal. Obviously, I mean, there's so much history there anyway, but actually it's, yeah, it kind of needs to get to a point where it's black people and white people are working together a little bit more, where basically it was the white people were working over the black people for many years when we were younger, and now that's flipped where now the black people are working trying to get the white people out. So yeah, it's quite crazy, really.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Cheap holiday though.
Yeah, cheap. Yeah, cheap. Although people, yeah, obviously when you go, yeah, I mean the food and stuff is incredible, and yeah. But yeah, living wise, it's not, especially if you have children and stuff, like there's just not going to be a lot of opportunities for them and stuff. So
yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Welcome back, Eugene.
What I miss?
What did you miss? You missed JD Vance trying to figure out how to unmirror his camera. He had that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And this is where my memory fucks up again. What else did we
as
show?
Nathan said, I come back now here. Black people, white people. I'm like perfect.
Yeah, we were just chatting
Chinese, black, white. Yeah. Let's do it.
It's almost like we're just down at the pub.
Exactly. Careful, Susie.
I hope everyone's got a beer in their hand at home, by the way. It's Wednesday night. It's 11 o'clock. You better be drunk with us because I'm drinking. Are you drinking still, Susie? Yeah?
Yeah, mine's finished. I would ask Jack for more, but he's falling asleep on the sofa.
Okay, you can disappear for 30 seconds. Go and get yourself. Wait, what were you drinking?
Amarula. Oh, I love a cream liqueur. Oh, honestly, I can drink it all day, every day.
Go and refill. Go and refill.
Can I tell you when we went to the darts? So we actually got coffee cups and we filled it with Baileys because it looks like iced coffee, isn't it?
What, to walk in? You walked in with
just on the train, so it doesn't look like you're drinking alcohol because obviously you're not allowed to drink on the tubes, isn't it? So it just looks like you're having a coffee in the morning. But I mean, then you're a little bit happier when you get there.
Yeah, of course. You're not allowed beer in the stadium. So whenever I go and buy a beer or two whilst I'm waiting for the game to start, and then I'll go just before the game starts. I'll go and get a bottle of water, and if you buy a bottle of water, they give you like a big coffee cup, like a giant coffee cup with the lid. And I'm like, well, I can't take my plastic bottle. They go, no, in case you throw it. I said, okay, well, I'll take the. And as soon as I buy the water, I do that. So they do it into the glass for you. And then I literally go and throw the water away and then take my beer and fill my beer up, put the lid back on, and then go to my seat.
That's clever. Yeah. Because we literally downed it when we went to watch it.
Yeah.
What did we watch?
You've got to figure these shit out. If you're an alcoholic like I am, you've got to figure out methods.
Yeah, I'm not at your level at all.
Functioning alcoholic. You know. Right, boys and girls, let's crack on. Let's see what this next video is, shall we? I don't know what we're doing here. Let's look at this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy.
You know what? That's a boring one. That's just the JFK Illuminati speech. We've probably all heard that before. How about this one here?
This card on the left, charismatic leader. It looks like Donald Trump, right? That this is Donald Trump. Now, the one on the right, I've been seeing forever and thinking, man, that also really looks like Donald Trump. And it's called Enough is Enough. Let's look deeper at the enough.
Right, just quickly, have you seen the Illuminati playing cards before?
Mm-mm.
So in like 1985, there was a game called the Illuminati playing cards, and it was by this thing called like the Steve something games, and he got shut down, and you can't. I'm sure it might have been recreated since, but you can't actually buy the official. Or if you do want to buy them, they're like 800 quid a pack or whatever. It's ridiculous. It's a playing card. It's a card game, but it's about the Illuminati, and it's got pictures of like the Twin Towers getting blown up, right? And it's got pictures of like the stadium at the Olympic Games in London with the eyes in the lights. So all this random shit that sort of almost predicts all of these world events that happen later. And this was built in the game was made in the 80s, and these are a couple of the cards that they've subsequently kind of found new attachments to. So.
This card on the left, charismatic leader. That looks like Donald Trump, right? That this is Donald Trump. Now, the one on the right, I've been seeing forever and thinking, man, that also really looks like Donald Trump. And it's called Enough is Enough. Let's look deeper at the Enough is Enough cards. Here's the picture of Trump pumping his fist at the rally, overlaid with the card, and it matches perfectly. And then below that, the first sentence is, at any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. If this isn't being pulled out of demonic prophecy or the Akashic records, then nothing is.
You can't set something like that up. You can't.
This is the card game that predicted 9/11 and the Pentagon getting hit by a plane. Like, there's something supernatural going on here that is beyond coincidence.
That's intense.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Nikos.
Sorry, apologies.
Right.
Steve Jackson Games. You said
Steve
it's 98. Yeah, it was 1985. I think the first ones. They done like later editions in the 1990s, and there's like 450 cards. But that's how long before these events happened that these depictions on these cards were actually put into circulation. But yeah, you're right. They're like, to buy an official pack these days, like nearly £1,000.
Yeah, there's one card on there which is a plane or a bomb. Like there's loads. Like obviously, there's of the cards. Like maybe let's say 25% of them have got pictures of things that could be seen as like real world transitions, and of them, there's like maybe 15 that have come true, and the other 10 haven't or are yet to. And one of them is it's got the Olympic rings or the colors of the Olympic rings, and it's got a bomb blowing up the Houses of Parliament. So initially, when I saw it back in like when 2012, I was like, oh shit, there's going to be something that happens to the Houses of Parliament in 2012. It didn't happen, but it doesn't mean that, you know, it might be there's a future Olympic Games in London where that happens, you know. But all the other ones, like you say, 9/11 and all that stuff, it's all pretty wild.
The 2012 one was linked to the opening and closing ceremonies. So that if you ever saw the UK opening and closing ceremonies in 2012, it depicted lots of sick children, the angel of death, you know, circling while they're in hospital beds, and it kind of foretold, you know, a future pandemic. So yeah, these things are kind of like pre-written.
I've heard a theory about this because I know there was like a philosopher or psychic in the 1800s, and he predicted the 9/11s, you know, Titanic, like World War II, with like specifics. So, and the theory was that kind of instead of people being able to predict, somehow you manifest things. So when you have certain thoughts, when you make the predictions, like if we're in the multiverse or whatever the reality it is, that sometimes you can manifest certain things. So instead of seeing the future, we're making the future by putting out certain energy or certain thoughts into the universe.
I always thought maybe these power. I always thought maybe these power families and these people in power, maybe they've got access to these decks, and it's some sort of type of like something they've got to replicate because they know what's in the decks and they know what the power families have in their decks. So maybe they're like the Trump one, for example, and stuff like that. Maybe they're like, they understand like, okay, at some point I've got to look like this, or I've got to do this, or I've got to replicate this card. But yeah, there's something to it.
I think it's that simple.
Mrs. Marple, she just said hello. Hello, Mrs. Marple. I'm on best behavior.
You're in mute, Sean.
Sean's on mute.
Uh-oh.
Must have got him.
Yeah, they're trying to silence him.
Talking about Illuminati playing
Outrageous.
Outrageous.
You know what's even weirder is that I was talking to myself for about 25, 30 seconds then before you guys told me I was on mute. And I don't even remember what I was just saying, but when I was saying it, I was like, this is really important information. And
we will never know.
Has it got a lip reader? Is there a lip reader? Is there a lip reader in the comments?
I think it might be lost forever, to be honest. My mind, I'm tired tonight, and I've had a few beers now, so it's gone. You know, that's the problem with me. You know? That's why I'm an alien. You know.
No, but
it comes and it goes, baby. It comes and it goes.
But you know what? Like banter aside, I can honestly now, like, I'm starting to think about like people being able to manifest things by thinking about it, and just the realities, just, you know, how we have no idea what the reality is and what we can do and what we can tune into. So the whole like concept of thoughts being actual matter versus just something that happens, and that thoughts are entities.
Well, thoughts
That-
are real, mate. Because every
to me that's
single thing
interesting.
every single thing that's in existence started with the thought, right?
Yeah, so like thoughts are like actually like living entities that move from a host to host. Like there's no such thing as an original thought. Everything is out there, and they find a host, and they're like virtual entities.
I agree with that. That's why I genuinely think that we're just dialed into frequencies.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
But yet, using Miley Cyrus using different bodies is far fetched.
what do you mean?
This is science, Susie.
You're
This is
saying that
science.
you made us watch a video that was 3 minutes long, by the way, the maximum amount of time. It wasn't even 2:59. They took the piss. It was 3 minutes exactly, the longest a short can be. And it was just a picture of Miley Cyrus in different states of like hungriness. Right? So she was.
Everybody, viewers,
I'm slightly
your
hungry in this
thoughts.
picture. I'm really hungry in this picture. I've had a couple of beers and a couple of pizzas. I was carb loading in this one over here. Oh, look, it can't be the same Miley. What are we doing here? And I'm coming up with some real deep shit alongside Eugene here talking
Which
about.
is basically what thoughts are floating and looking for hosts. So what about stupid people? Shame.
Yeah, this is real.
Your radio isn't tuned, Susie. You got to tune your radio better.
95.8 Capital FM 1 minute, and you don't like the song, so you turn it over to Kiss 100. That's what we're doing. We're just dialed into certain. We're tuned in. What are we doing here? It's all frequencies, baby. It's all frequencies.
Eugene's kind of right. Like most people's opinions and thoughts have actually manifested and come from somewhere else. It's not original thoughts that they're creating off their own backs, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, all, like the scientists, like Mendeleev and all the other scientists, they said that all their ideas, original ideas, came to them in their sleep or just randomly, right? It just happened. And it's not a coincidence when a discovery is made, somebody else is making a similar discovery in like somewhere else, right? And they're like months apart, like, which is interesting. It seems like the progress is being made like in leaps and multiple people coming to the same conclusion almost at the same time. So it's just
It's not
interesting.
about who comes up with the idea. It's about who steals the idea or who moves on the idea. There's no chance. There's no chance. Although, having said that, right, here's a little weird one. I think I brought this up to your attention before. Do you know that if you were to get a deck of cards, 52 cards, right, and you were to shuffle it for like, I don't know, 10 minutes, just like keep shuffling, all that stuff, like blah, 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 blah. And then you went, okay, 10 minutes later, it's as shuffled as you can possibly make it. That there's not a single deck of cards in the history, statistically, the mathematical probability, Nikos, one of the things
we love the
mathematical probability of anybody else in the history of mankind or in the future history of mankind ever fully shuffling a deck of cards to have it in the exact same order that you have it is statistically impossible.
Exactly. And that's only 52 cards.
It's 52 factorial or something, if I was a math guy.
Yeah. 1 times 52 is the power of 52, right? Which means that it's just like that. That's the probability of it. So like it's 1 in 52 times to the power of 52. So that is a way of thinking that there is some sort of unique occurrences. Now, the wavelengths, the thoughts that go through my mind every day, ain't no chance that there is someone else that's thinking the exact same thoughts all of the time. But if you come up with a new idea, there's got to be someone else out there that's thought of it. They just haven't acted on it yet.
Yeah, mate. You should spend a day in my brain, mate.
Yeah, I'd like that, actually. It'd be fun. Have you ever seen that film? Who's that? You know, have you ever seen the film, but not Face Off, Con Air? Have you seen Con Air?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Love it.
You know Cyrus the Virus, the guy who plays Cyrus the Virus. I forget his name. What's his name?
Oh, he's so sexy. Oh, I don't know his name.
John something. Anyway, that guy, whoever that actor is, he's in another movie where he like opens a door or like a washing machine or something, and he puts his head in, and he immediately gets tunneled into the head, into the mind of other people, and so he gets to experience, like live the experiences of the people that his mind has occupied. John Malkovich. I think I think the film's called Being John Malkovich.
Yep.
Yeah.
He actually gets to you go. Oh no, maybe other people get to be him or something. I don't know. Have you seen it before?
Yeah.
Yep. Long time ago.
Yeah. So I'd like, Nikos, I'd like to be in your mind for a couple of, maybe not a whole day, but
like you'd be sitting in the corner within an hour.
20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes.
Like you'd be sitting in the corner shaking violently after 20 minutes. I promise you.
And what women want as well. Well, what women want, you just hear what women are thinking, and that would be fucked up. That would be crazy. Perchy, Perchy benefit from hearing what you're thinking, Susie?
No, I'm actually very honest.
He knows exactly what you're thinking all the time, right? 100%.
Oh,
look who's pot chimed in. Big up to you, Saba. So I think this is the biggest super chat this channel has ever had.
Woo!
Because did you know mathematically that if every person in the UK started a YouTube channel that it still wouldn't add up to how many channels Sean
Possibly, actually, that's such a good one.
The maths, Sarah. The maths on that one. I agree.
How many channels do you have?
He's got more channels than YouTube. He's got more channels than YouTube.
I think I've got 5 at the moment. 5 or 6.
Yeah, he's going to start subcontracting channels.
No, because I used to have a channel called a long time ago. Before I started, I used to have 2 channels. One of them is called Gontrepreneur. You might be able to look it up and still see it. GON, as in the word entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So and I was like, well, I want to start a channel about not people that are entrepreneurs, not people that want to be entrepreneurs, but people that are really confident that they're going to be entrepreneurs. So it was called Gontrepreneur. And it was me and this girl called, what was her name? Can't remember her name right now. She was my best friend for a long time as well. But what we used to do is we used to come up with business
your girlfriend?
ideas. No, not my girlfriend. Oh. What was her name? I can't even fucking remember. Jeez, it was only about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Anyway, we would come up with business ideas. Every show, there's only 5. I think we did like 5 shows, and they were so much fun. And every show we would come up with a business idea that hadn't yet been invented. And the whole concept of the show was that if the show blew up, we would give away, because we like come up with business ideas all the time. This would be a fucking brilliant idea if this was done. And we would talk about it, and it was sort of somewhat comedy, like somewhat we just like laugh at each other's stupid ideas or whatever. Yeah. And 2 of the ideas ended up being fucking done. And one of them, someone died using the idea. Do you want to hear the story? Saba, thank you very much for the for the super chat.
You've opened a can of worms.
God's honest truth, right? God's honest truth. So I said that there's a business idea that I believe should be called Dare Me, right? And she said, "What's that? What's Dare Me?" And I said, "It's an app, okay, where it has like some sort of cryptocurrency token thing where there's a currency on it, and essentially, here's the idea, right?" I said, "What people, if they want to see like I don't know." Someone surf the biggest wave in the world, right? No one's really interested in seeing some random person that they don't know surfing a 5-foot wave, right? No one cares about some stranger surfing a 5-foot wave. I'm interested in seeing someone who I don't know surfing a 200-foot wave because that's a fucking crazy thing, right? But I am also interested if my little brother or my nephew surfs a 1-foot wave because I have a relationship with that person. Right. So I'm kind of interested in irrelevant things that are cool because I have a relationship with that person. If I don't know the person, then I'm only interested in their shit if they're doing something that's really remarkable. Right? Yeah. She was like, okay, that makes sense. I was like, so how about this? You could bridge the gap between accessibility and familiarity by people saying, I'm willing to do this for certain amount of money, or I'm willing to pay a certain amount of money to see someone do this. She was like what? And I said, I don't know, like slap my best friend. I'll slap my best friend around the face with a giant fucking salmon if someone's willing to pay £1 or whatever else, right? Something like that. And then she was like, I love it. And we sort of developed it over the course of the show. I was like, and but you could almost pool money as well. So not just one person gets the opportunity to see it, but like if you want 20 quid to do it, but not what one person doesn't want to spend 20 quid, then you could find 20 people that are willing to spend £1. And then when that transaction is done, The video is recorded of someone slapping someone else around the face with a fish, and then you send that video just to those people. So it bridges the gap of accessibility and familiarity. Like, you don't know them, but you kind of do because they're doing it for you because you've asked them to do it, or vice versa. We laugh. We sort of took it off on some random idea. That fucking app got built about 2 years later, and someone dared someone to run in front of a train, and they got hit by the train and they died. I'm not saying they saw my, because our video only got watched by like 50 people or 100 people, or it was irrelevant. But somebody else took the same idea or did the same idea, and they built something using cryptocurrency and tokens, and it got shut down because someone jumped in front of it, tried to jump in front of a train just before it happened, and they got hit by the train. They died. So I felt fucking horrendous until I realized that there's absolutely no chance in hell that of the 50 people that saw the video, that one of those 50 were the people that did it. But this is the idea. I want to talk about Eugene, original thought. Like, I came up with my idea, someone else came up with it. They actually had the stones to follow through with it, and then it had horrendous real world consequences. Yeah,
that's a downer.
It's a sad story, but it was good.
Yeah. Thanks, Sean.
Kill the evening.
And on that note, it's a wrap. No.
I was gonna say that's why Sean goes home alone.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
Done to me.
Yeah.
Now we gotta pick me up.
But like the channel was still fun. I was just like, forget about the someone dying. That's a whole different thing. I'm just saying that someone else, like, you know, there's something original thought. I don't know how we got full circle. I am drunk.
No, it's like it makes sense, man. Consciousness, thoughts. We don't know what any of this is. Like, dogs have, you know, they can hear, they can smell. Like, birds know exactly where to fly. Like, there's a lot of things that as humans we are not tuned into because it's not critical to our survival. So we can only tune into a certain frequency. We can only view certain dimensions. However, there is all this out there, consciousness, thoughts, dimensions, all that stuff. That's why when you see like psychics or people who can see like past, future, they can just tune in to certain things that the rest of us forgot how to do. We all can. We just forgot through the centuries and millennia. That's my 5 cents.
And I agree.
You can do it, Susie and Nikos. We can all, you know.
I'll believe I have my own thoughts. Thank you very much.
Hey.
You've not convinced me. I'm like tuning into some frequency to.
Hey.
Sounds like a cult. Sounds like the cult of Eugene.
Hey,
another video?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
A real beauty, ain't she? Hey, watch this. Sometimes keep it steady. Hey, you seeing this? Didn't expect them this early. We got a couple lights coming over the horizon, requesting clearance to investigate the contact. Copy that. We're rolling east. Surface looks smooth ahead. Those 3 lights are still holding steady. Haven't moved a hair. Picking up a gentle rise, steady at 7 clicks. Wheels are holding. Hey, you think it's the commies? I think I prefer the little green men. You seeing this, Ed?
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Where do you find this? This
I don't know.
This would be the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. 100% bullshit radar went off there.
This is hilarious.
We'll call it bullshit. We'll call it bullshit.
3 minutes wasted, Sean.
Sorry. This is what I do after these sorts of shows. When I've had 3 of these ciders and I'm smashed, I go to bed and I go Instagram and I type in whatever I'm looking for, conspiracy or Illuminati or whatever, and I just go, that'll do like. And then about 5 days later, about half an hour before the next show starts, I'm like, shit, I need to get some videos uploaded, and I just upload them. And I don't know what we're looking at here. So
Right.
forgive me. Forgive me. You know? All right, next one.
We're in this together.
Hi guys, computer guy here. Computers, 3D printers, computers, you see it. Yeah. I'm just completely like shook again. Like they are actively deleting like content. Actively deleting content that's exposing things. And I have left a tab open and I'm just gonna show you the tab. This is insane. Okay, look at this. All right, so here's Google Trends. There was an attack in Bondi Beach that happened just a few day ago or whatever, and yesterday I left the tab open. Now today I Google searched this. Okay, here's all the search terms in Israel the past 90 days. It's a basic flatline. Okay. Now if you look here though, they left off terrorist attack Australia that was Googled 9 times on September 29th. But this is a flatline. All this information. This used to have spikes, okay? They're gone, except for this one that they forgot to remove. Now, this is the tab that I had yesterday, okay? I'm just gonna click on the tab. This is yesterday's tab, guys, look. Yesterday's tab, they Google Bondi Beach attack 10 times, or Bondi Beach 10 times, Australia terrorist attack 12 times, terrorist attack Australia 12 times. They Googled this, they Googled Bondi Beach 11 times on October 18th. They Googled terrorist attack Australia 14 times misspelt on November 29th. Dude, this is the Google data from yesterday. Look at this, watch. I'm gonna switch back to today. Today's data, yesterday's data. Everything's the same, guys. Everything's the same.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I haven't, yeah, you don't understand. Everything is the same. I haven't changed anything other than I refreshed this browser page. Okay, look, same thing, refresh browser page, all the data scrubbed. They are actively, and like you can tell, this is look, this is still the page, so you can still see the live data. Like this isn't a manipulation. I could probably type something in, and I'm afraid to type anything in. It's going to lose this page. But look, this data that I put out on a video that went viral is now being redirected and scrubbed, and now they've got more information on these search terms. But dude, this is insane. And by the way, like I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, apparently if you want to know information, don't trust Google, guys, because they are deleting the data that exposes these kind of things, like 100%. They're always deleting data, but this is just like in my browser. I just reloaded the page and I see the difference. This is insane. They're actively changing the data.
I don't get it.
All right, we got to talk a little bit about this thing, haven't we? Be careful, Nikos. Be careful, Nikos. We have to talk about it a little bit.
I noticed in the comments that people just assume that I'm going to be informative on this. I'm as much in the dark as everybody else, but there are a lot of inconsistencies and mathematical probabilities that are not making sense to me right now.
Yeah,
and if this is a subject that comes up, then let's just be fair with it and don't take any personal offense to anybody that listens in. But this is a hot topic, so Candice Owens had 112,000 people waiting to hear what she had to say about it. So I'm sure there's 124 people that would like to hear our opinion. So let's do it.
Wait, so what was the guy alleging?
He's basically saying that yesterday or a couple of days ago, whatever, when it first happened, he was looking online for searches that were taking place on Google from Israel from the days leading up to the attack in Bondi Beach, and that there were people that had searched for a terror attack Australia or whatever else, and then he left that tab open.
Oh yeah, all right.
And the next day he goes back and looks for the same thing with a new tab, and it's disappeared.
We're gonna do it.
I mean,
and we've all seen the I don't know if you actually have a video of it, but the actor that's been big on social media, and I just don't know how true that is, about the actor who was one of the victims who got shot in the head or got injured in the head, and he's got blood running down his face. but he's actually an actor, and it's makeup, like all makeup on him.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Yeah.
And apparently he also survived the October the 7th.
Yeah.
If Sean will allow me, I actually run the generous mathematical probabilities of what is the chance of being involved in 2 events of this nature from a particular country of origin. And yeah, ChatGPT, made me narrow it down a lot, but the chances very flexibly said that it's a 1 in nearly 150 million chance that you could be involved in 2 attacks of this nature in 2 years.
Yeah, so
That
there's definitely a chance there's crisis actors. The other thing that's weird about it is that the hero, right, Eugene, come back, because as soon as you disappear, the numbers drop. Come back.
Most of them fucked up already. They're like, shit, they want to trust this guy.
The day that the day that they saw what happened, the guy who tried to take the gun off one of the killers, everybody was taking a claim to that particular guy's heritage. You had Benjamin Netanyahu saying a Jewish guy saved the day, was a hero, and then you had people on Twitter going, no, he's a Turkish
Syrian.
So some people said he was a Syrian Christian. Other people said he was a Muslim from a certain part of the world. Other people were saying he was an Orthodox Christian from Cyprus. Everybody and their dog were going, like, they were claiming, everyone was claiming this guy as one of their own.
Well, mate,
no one fucking knows who he is, right? No one knows who he is.
Mate, the irony of this is you actually brought this up 2 weeks ago about I can't remember what event it was, but you specifically spoke about how the internet algorithm picked up the traffic of an attack before it happened from Israel. You mentioned it. I can't remember.
That was Charlie Kirk. That was Charlie Kirk. We were talking about Charlie Kirk. We were talking about some the specific address that was like, I don't know, 17C. Oh, the fuck's just happened on my computer?
Mossad.
Peak traffic on AI clips. Something's just, you may note
But
later.
The irony is you were literally talking about it a few weeks ago on the Charlie Kirk thing, and we just witnessed it in real time, like a few weeks later. Like, it's kind of a little bit like,
yeah, but I don't know, all of these Google Trends thing, right? Like just because someone's searching for Australian terror attack, like you got to think there's something like 6 billion searches every single day around the world, right? And like, I think I remember this from when I used to do SEO for Google. It might have been something like there's 6 billion searches that are unique every single day, right? So like, and there's obviously hundreds of billions of things that are commonly searched for, right? Like Tottenham Hotspur news or whatever. But there's like, it's something mad. Like there's 6 billion, or there's something obscene amount of absolutely unique, never before seen searches every single day. This notion that like a couple of people in a specific part of the world search for something, I don't believe that is it could just be chance. I don't go into this stuff myself.
It's a significant increase. It's not just like a couple of people. Like, again, the mathematical probabilities of, let's say, 10 people searching from one particular country prior to an event happening, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 0.
I don't know if it is, mate. Like, there's a lot of people in the world that's
Let me get on ChatGPT. I'll get on ChatGPT. I'll ask him. So, what's the chances of 10 people from a specific country putting in this information prior to it actually happening? But unprecedented, never happened anywhere like that in the world. I'll do it tomorrow.
Honestly, though, just quickly, my StreamYard is starting to bug out. It keeps popping up with this notification talking about peak traffic and AI clips. And as soon as we started talking about this, it started to
yeah. Mate, as soon as you put the video up, I was like, oh, mate, this is the 3rd strike. If he hasn't got the 3rd strike already, this is definitely.
This channel's cooked. This channel is cooked, bro. We're done out here.
Yeah, let's take it away from like what we're talking about now. Let's take it back to sort of the core subject. Like, it was obviously a horrendous event, and like, you don't want to make any like false allegations, but there just seems to be a lot of like coincidences in these types of events, and the benefits of such an event actually have unfolded in the last couple of days. The Australian government have started to pass new gun laws, which is quite interesting.
and new anti-Semitism laws as well.
And again, I'm glad you said it, not me, but also as well, what they've started to do is be the first unprecedented country in the world to actually start outlawing, the hate speech with anti-Semitism laws. So there seems to be a beneficiary of this particular event happening.
Yeah.
Go on, Eugene.
Oh, mate, he doesn't like it. He's not a fan. He doesn't like
No. I'm just trying to. So even assume that what the guy was talking about is real. Like somebody searching for something beforehand, what does that prove or show? Like, why would somebody search for something that hasn't yet happened? Exactly. And what does that prove? Like, that's what I'm not.
The insinuation is that someone in Israel knew that something was going to happen.
But why would they search for it? Like, what? Like the act of actually searching for it in Google. Do you think somebody who's about to create whatever they want to create, they would search for that on Google? That's crazy.
Yeah, the legal footprint, whatever it is, but the insinuation is that someone knows something and they're expecting it to happen and they're looking to see if it's happened yet. That's what they're looking for.
But why would they have to search for it? If it happens, it's all over the news. Why would somebody actually go on Google and search for something? If
maybe again, I don't know, but maybe.
No, but like that's just the thing, right?
Okay, maybe it's to see if it's happened yet. If they wake up and they haven't seen it on the news, to see if something's happened.
The world, time zones, maybe be the first ones to look at it.
That's the counter argument. I don't personally buy into it.
It's nonsensical. Like people who know, if there's somebody who orchestrates this, they would know. Like it's all over the news. It's everywhere. You don't have to actually go and search for it on Google.
The more like I don't think that those ones are like suspicious at all personally, because I just think that there's a lot of people in Israel, and also by the way, if someone was doing that because they knew and they were in Israel, well, they would use a VPN, right? And it also could be someone that's somewhere else that's redirecting themselves to Israel to then make it look like Israel is doing it. So it's just as plausible that someone that was in. Like the guy in Australia who was going to do it, knew that they were going to do it, and then went, let's VPN ourselves to Israel, do that search, and then after the fact, it can be some of these clever people will think that they're smart. It doesn't mean anything, right? But what I did think was really weird was with the Charlie Kirk thing was the specific address, which was like a little cul-de-sac at the end of a road, which is where the gun was found. That 2 or 3 searches had happened like 3 days earlier from Israel about that particular address, and it was such a unique, specific like cul-de-sac where there's no houses down there or anything. It's literally just like a little enclave next to a woodland. That why would anyone search from anywhere? It doesn't mean that it was Israel that's involved. Again, it might just mean that somebody like Tyler Robinson or whoever else who was going to do it, that they decided to use a VPN, put themselves in Israel temporarily, search, so that after the fact, it could create a trail of a breadcrumb of evidence that would cause doubt over how that person or how anyone in Israel could possibly have known. Doesn't mean that it's Israel. It just means that there were people that are searching for weird things that would not normally be searched for ever a couple of days before a massive thing took place in that particular address. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and also like. The Australian angle doesn't make sense. Why would Israel care about something in Australia? If this was to happen, it makes sense it would happen in the US, given
because Australia,
the situation.
Because Australia recognized Palestinian rights 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because Australia said that we respect Palestine as a state
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but
aliens.
No, I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, again, from a conspiracy theorist mind, this is a way of like, this is a false flag. This is got all the call signs of a false flag.
Maybe not. It could just be people that are pissed off with Jews.
I mean, but that happens everywhere. I mean, if you look at all the stabbings in UK, you can say, oh, like you can always attribute something to anything, right? So
100%. Yeah.
It's not the first time that it happens all the time. Like here, I know even like in California, like in the synagogue that I was close to, there were like a bunch of like bomb, scares, and people do a crazy shit all the time, especially in the last couple of years. There's even like here in the States, there are a lot of issues. So is that surprising? No, it happens, unfortunately, all the time. And it's going to keep on happening. So
also noticed that I think I mentioned in one of the group chats yesterday. I also noticed, like, as soon as this stuff happens, it seems to be very coincidental that someone like Netanyahu goes on a worldwide rally trying to, get public support for anti-Semitism laws, and Chuck Schumer, who also mentioned in the chat as well yesterday, I see him spouting speeches about how the Jews are now ostracized in Australia and we need new laws. And I don't know, maybe the Jews were promised Bondi Beach 3,000 years ago.
Hey, Nikos, stop now. You
No,
no,
well,
stop.
No, that
Nikos,
shit. Don't do that, Nikos.
you say
Honestly,
that, but we don't
That's
see anybody go to churches or to mosques and do the same thing, right? So again, this is not a one-off. This has been happening for a long time, happens all the time. It's done by the same group of people. So when we say, oh, this and that, like, it doesn't happen to churches, it doesn't happen to mosques. Nobody goes and shoots up, like here, like once in a while it happens in a church, but usually it's against certain group of people by a different group of people. And you can say, yes, this looks weird, but if you take it as a whole over the past how many decades, not every one of them is a conspiracy or a false flag. Again, can any one of these happenings be, something was a setup or whatever? Sure. But if you look at totality of what's happening, it's clear like what's going on. So
I definitely. This is why I want to, Nikos. Stop, mate. You said something there which is completely out of line. I want to move on. Susie, I don't mind if you want to come in and have your say quickly, and then we'll move on to a different video, because I think I don't want this topic to go on, obviously, because
it's not my area of fun anyway.
Okay, let's move on. 100% move on.
She's already got in trouble, so now she's staying out.
All right, let's move on quickly. Hopefully this one's better. What are we doing here? I'm going to pick a video now, and it's going to be
talking about the long fingers in Hollywood.
Yeah. It's either one of them, or it's going to be a bullshit UFO video, or it's going to be about Charlie Kirk.
Or Flat Earth.
Or Flat Earth. Let's see what this one is.
When George Bush and Al Gore ran for president, they had 3 debates. Nobody said, what are you going to do when the twin trade towers come down and the Pentagon's bombed? When the twin trade towers come down and the Pentagon's bombed. And the Pentagon's bombed.
Yeah, okay. Got that one. Inside job, maybe. Let's go somewhere else.
One of the facets of the ritual that goes deeply into the occult, again, we've already mentioned the Druids at their bonfires throwing bodies into fiery pits after ritually cutting their hearts out or slitting their throats. They talk about reading the sign in the burning effigy, reading the sign. Again, research your history books on the occult, even the Encyclopedia Britannica on what the Druids would engage in. This is just unbelievably macabre and evil.
So shall we burn thee once again this night, and in the flames that eat thine effigy, we shall...
What do you think about Bohemian Grove? You guys into the Bohemian Grove? I'm not. It's not a fucking silent movie, guys. Fucking talk. We're on a podcast.
It's so dark for me. I told you I'm like virgin on conspiracy theories.
That's the thing, right? Alex Jones, Bohemian Grove. That's a fun one.
It's a fun one, isn't it?
Oh, that's a great one.
It's
Isn't that the one where he snuck in? Right? Nikos, that's Alex Jones originally. That's how he got famous, right?
Yeah.
He did the video where he snuck into the Bohemian Grove and took some videos. Yep.
This is in the 90s. He had a handheld.
In the 90s, yep.
Yeah. Suji, do you know about Bohemian Grove?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay, so there's this place in the redwoods near San Francisco in the redwood forest, and there every year in July, I think it is, around the time of the end of the solstice, they have a meeting there that started out hundreds of years, like the 1800s, and it was all like Babylonians, right? So artists and all this sort of thing, but it soon become political, high power, CEOs, CFOs, all this stuff, politicians, kings, queens, whatever, and they go there every year for 2 weeks, and it's men only. and it's very gay, right? A lot like they go there and they basically, you know, get on board their homosexual side of themselves, right? They get in, like a lot of, obviously there's a lot of people maybe in power that are gay that aren't allowed to be gay, you know, because of back in the day it was taboo or whatever. But they have this ceremony there at the start of the 2-week festival, and it's called Cremation of Care, where they basically in front of like it's like a lake, and then in front of a giant 40-foot stone owl, and the stone owl is called Molech, and Molech is like a demon deity in the Bible in the Old Testament. That it's to say that owl is the same owl that's found in the $1 bill. We spoke about this before, and it's in the Skull and Bones. The people that go do Skull and Bones at the university, they have like an owl. Obviously, owl represents occult. It represents knowledge, secrecy, all those sorts of things, and being able to see in the dark or whatever. But anyway, they have this sort of demon god called Molech, and they do a ritual where it's like they sacrifice it's not a real child or anything, but they basically have like an effigy of like a child, and it's called the Cremation of Care, where they basically say that for the next 2 weeks, basically we're burning all of our cares. We leave the cares of the world behind, and they all dress up in like pagan rituals that look, in pagan clothing. They look like they're part of the Ku Klux Klan. They're not. It's a pagan thing, and all of these, you know, Bill Clintons and the George Bushes and all those guys go there, and probably Prince Charles and whoever else, all the different kings and queens of Europe. And they go there every 2 weeks. And Alex Jones, who's like a big time conspiracy theorist dude, he snuck in there and captured, was the first person to capture it on camera, because there's like absolutely nobody allowed. There's no no civilians allowed in there. There's no press allowed in there. You have to be invited. You have to be like a very high up special person. He snuck in, pretended he was part of the hillbilly group, which is like people from Texas, and he caught it on camera. And like basically, I guess the idea behind it is, I think they even had a. Have you seen the series? What was the series called? With you know the actor that was like really famous actor who played a role in a series about politics, and he became the president in the series.
The card series.
House of Cards.
Yeah.
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, right? So in that series, they even had a scene or like an episode that included basically the representation of this Bohemian Grove, and they had this phrase called "weaving spiders come not here," which is basically saying, like, you know, you're not allowed to come here and like talk business. You're not allowed to come here and, you know, do anything. It's just about you basically sort of let yourself go or whatever. Like, you just be yourself. But it happens to be, apparently they ship in loads of like male prostitutes, because apparently everybody there is gay, or I don't know. Anyway, it's legit, it's real, and it still happens every 2 weeks to this day. But the people that go there, obviously, I think the Manhattan Project, which was the start of the project to build the Oppenheimer bomb, was the Manhattan Project. And that was actually, you can read up on the Manhattan Project. It will say that the guys that agreed it were all members of the Bohemian Grove, and they actually like sort of organized the strategy around building that at Bohemian Grove. So it's a real place where politics and business does take place. But in a nutshell, the question is why it's a kind of big deal is, if these motherfuckers are worshipping a demon deity, like, you wouldn't, if you knew that your neighbors were into that sort of shit, you wouldn't let them babysit your children.
No,
Yet we let them babysit the world, and we let them tell us how we're supposed to, you know, do as we're told. But these people worship and pay homage to some biblical demon god.
It's in Montreal in California, and the first documented meeting was in the 1870s. So this has been going on at Bohemian Grove for about 150 years, and Alex Jones only documented it 30 years ago. So there's a lot of it that's been going on. It is actually set up by the Bohemian Club of San Francisco. So it's called. The name Bohemian Grove comes from the Bohemian Club of San Francisco. But it was originally said to be used as like a networking tool, as a socializing sort of aspect that they done. I think it was every summer. I don't think it was every like week or every 2 weeks, like you said. I think it was like a summer
No,
retreat.
it's once a year for 2 weeks in the summer.
That's right. Yeah. So it was more to do with like influential men from business, politics, finance, high society, stuff like that. No women allowed. Invitation only. Very select club of people that would, come to these particular events for the summer. I think I mentioned one of the shows before we've done quite a few now, but they're actually people that have actually explored Bohemian Grove now, out of season, with video cameras, like, vloggers, that actually have gone into the grounds and they actually document the Moloch, like you mentioned there, the big owl statue, the cabins, like there was a lot of prostitution that was brought in to the grounds, notoriously boys, not females. It's quite a weird story, but yeah, the purpose was socializing, networking, and recreation in a secluded setting. But it's gone on for a long time. But it's quite an interesting story of high society.
Yeah. And like, I don't even think it's that weird. There are a bunch of like these secret organizations, societies, like you said, Sean, like Skull and Bones. It's just an exclusive club for.
Why does it have to be so fucking like? Even Skull and Bones, like apparently someone snuck on the roof of Skull and Bones at no, it's not Harvard, is it? What's the university that it's at?
It's Oxford.
Skull and Bones, is it? It's not Harvard. It's not Harvard. It's another one. Yale. That's it. It's at Yale, right? They snuck on the roof and recorded the ritual, like the initiation ceremony. So Susie, so if you don't know about the Skull and Bones, right? So it's at Yale. There's like they've got this secret society there where all of the freshmen, if you happen to be the son of someone that's powerful.
Yeah, wasn't this a movie with Joshua Jackson? I think it was called Skulls, actually. And that was really intense and dark. Yeah.
Yeah, so George W. was a part of it. Like all the presidents, or at least a lot of them who went to Ivy League, they're all Skull and Bones.
All of the members always end up either as
and they made
generals,
you like commit murder, or you had to kill yourself, or like it was really like intense.
Yeah, so they've got someone snuck on the roof and recorded part of the outdoor part of the initiation, but it then goes indoors for some weirder stuff. But the part that they recorded is all these like really horrible screams. Like it sounds like it genuinely sounds like demons are screaming. Like it's horrendous. But part of the ritual apparently is that they have to lie in coffins with glass, like transparent lids.
Yeah.
And then they have to do some like weird sexual perversions where like everybody has to like masturbate over the glass or whatever, and the guy who's inside it has to like confess all of his deepest, darkest perversions and all of his sexual secrets or whatever else, so that everybody in the group knows everything about everybody, and they all take like a blood oath that they'll never sort of disobey the fact. In fact, there's I might be able to find it. There was an interview where when George W. Bush was going to run for president against
Kerry.
John Kerry, good man, against John Kerry, and they were both members of Skull and Bones. And the interviewer says, "You're both members of Skull and Bones. What does that mean for the what does that mean for the people of the United States? So should they be worried?" And George W. Bush says, "It's so secret we can't talk about it," and then laughs. And then the other guy, he's asked later, he goes, "You're both members of Skull and Bones. What does that mean? Should the people be worried?" And he said, basically, like, "No comment. I'm not going to talk about it." And then that guy who asked the question died of a heart attack like 3 weeks later because he, and he was like a really famous news anchor or whatever, and he obviously died suspiciously, fairly young, and it's only his 50s, because he shouldn't have been asking them about
asking them questions.
Yeah, ask the wrong questions, get the wrong outcomes.
Yeah, mate. Just there's a lot of these societies that go around. That's just one of them.
Sorry, the question was, why are they so fucking? Why can't you just be like, yeah, we're part of a secret society. What we do as the initiation is we've got to put the ball top bins, right? You stay out on the football pitch until you put the ball in the top bin. No, I'm going to make you masturbate on a fucking grave. Or like, what are we doing here? Like, it's weird.
They do it just because in case there are a lot of, I won't say like secrets being talked around, but a lot of stuff. So they want to make sure they have material on the members in case you do speak out. they got some blackmail on you.
Probably
Basically, it's like
humiliation, right? Humiliation, they can kind of.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a big thing
and
about
that too, the
humiliation,
power,
and it's,
humiliation. Yeah,
and that's how the whole
it's all of
control
it.
thing starts. Because when you're
Yeah.
vulnerable, you go into that state of thinking you're lower than what you are. Yeah.
Similar to the Diddy situation that's gone on, you know, where there's tapes on you doing stuff that you're not very proud of, like you're more likely
The skull of Geronimo. They have it.
Yeah.
There is a theory.
They stole the skull of Geronimo, the Indian dude. Anyway, fascinating stuff, guys. It's 11:48. We've been going for a long time. How much longer have you got?
I was like, not till midnight. Yeah, we are.
Do 10 more minutes.
It's 1:48 for you, isn't it? 12:48 rather, Nikos.
12:48, mate. Yeah, I've got to get up really early in the morning as well, mate. I've got a little man asleep in there as well, so I've been trying to keep my tone down a little bit, but yeah, it's getting a little bit late. So say 10 more minutes, 1 o'clock here. If that's all right with you guys, and we can get through a couple of videos. 10
more minutes, a couple more videos, and then we'll go. All right.
What we got?
I've got a super chat I need to do. Sorry, guys. I think I've done this one. James with the super sticker. Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you very much, buddy. Absolute legend. I've done this one from Sava. Unbelievable. That's the biggest one we've received. Big up to you, Sav. Daniel Phil with a super sticker. Choo choo to you. Choo choo to you, my man, Daniel. In fact, I didn't say choo choo to you to James either, because I need to say that, otherwise I get OCD about that. If I don't say choo choo to you, I feel like something bad's going to happen. I don't know why. It's really weird. I'm a fucking weird guy. Anyway, Kent.
The frequency.
Kent, big up to you, mate. He said it's very sad what happened in Bondi. It is. The worst part is that it stinks. Hannibal directive. Love the channel and the guests. Big up to you, Kent. Big up to you. I'd love to be able to. I do want. Obviously, I'd love to be able to talk the way I want to talk. So I don't necessarily disagree with Nikos, but I had to cut Nikos off because he said something which I thought was.
It was a joke. It was kind of a joke, but yeah, I kind of get it's a bit of a raw time to make jokes about stuff. So,
but I appreciate.
It was not in a malice way at all.
I know you're a great guy. I know. Big up to you, Ken. Thank you very much, mate. And yes, super sad to everybody out there. I hope everyone who's from there is coping okay. Big up to all of you guys. Massive. Don't forget to smash the like button and the subscribe button, guys. Let's get a couple. Let's go to a couple more videos. What are we doing here? Let's go for this one here. Then.
Sorry to cut you off, sir. You received intelligence that suggests that there are perhaps deep water alien bases right now sitting on the ocean floor.
Have we done that one before?
Yeah, we did it last week.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, sir.
Okay, what's this one here?
Ladies and gentlemen.
That one already? Jesus Christ, Butler. Upload some new ones.
If you put food out in the sun, it gets dehydrated. If I put food out in the full moonlight, it gets putrefied. It putrefies really fast.
Y'all, some of the stuff that this gentleman points out about the sun and the moon is absolutely mind-blowing. Take a listen.
So it rots. It's exactly opposite. And then you can also, at nighttime, when the moon is full, you can pull out a thermometer and put it out in the light of the moon, right? And let's say, as an example, the thermometer reads 70 degrees in the full moonlight. If I put it in the shade of the moonlight, it actually gets warmer. And I pull it out, it gets colder again. So the moon's light is cold. It's not hot. So it's not reflecting the sun. It has nothing to do with the sun. That's what I mean by it's its own light. And that's a simple scientific experiment. Anybody can do it. Thermometer. I don't know if you've ever done it, but I've lived in the northern climates before. And a lot of times if I park my car under a tree, I'll come out to my windshield, to my car in the morning, and half of my windshield will be frozen and the other half won't be. So it's happened many, many times. And I never really thought about it until a few years ago, and I put it all together. I'm like, wow. The reason it frosted over is because the full moon light hit that part of the windshield, and this part was underneath the tree in the shade.
So we're rotating around the Earth, the sun.
Exactly. I'm proposing to you that the sun and the moon are moving around us, just like it looks like. They are the same size, not 400 miles further, bigger and 400 times further apart. It's very much the same. The sun and astrologically speaking, I think the moon has just as much of an impact as the sun on us. One is our conscious side, one's our unconscious side. One's gold, one's silver, one's hot, one's cold. From our perspective, the moon and the sun are the same size from our perspective, but they tell us, science tries to tell us that we're going around the sun and the moon's going around us. It looks like, and from our experience, it looks like the sun and the moon are different. They're the exact same size. They have power. We can feel their power. Like if you believe in astrology at all, like all of our ancestors have always believed it. They believe that the sun, the moon, and all the stars, each of the individual stars have their own power. They have their own potency that they're affecting us. So like if you're born on a particular day of the year, That's okay, that's your sun sign. You're a Gemini. And then the exact day that you're born will know, okay, that's where the moon was in the sky. And then they can take a picture of the entire sky. They know exactly where all the planets were the moment you were born. And that's going to impact your entire life. All of our ancestors said the sun is masculine, the moon's feminine. I mean, we can just go on and on and on. And it makes sense. Like, if you see the world like that, everything starts clicking. Like, all these weird questions that we have from our perspective, from our society, are all, basically, they're all science questions. They're like, well, if we this and that, then, and then you come up with all these weird questions. But if you just see the Earth as simple, that's how I see it. It's just very simple. Basically what it boils down to is the sun is not the center of our galaxy. We are. The sun, the moon, all the planets are revolving around us. And not just us as a whole, but I like to tell people, like, your mom and dad told you the world doesn't revolve around you. And I like to tell them, yeah, it does, actually. It totally revolves around you. Whatever you think and believe is the world that you're going to have. Your thoughts, your perspective, the things you expect happen. We live in a magical universe.
Again? Flat Earth again?
No, I didn't know. It's not. Well, I maybe I'd press the like button because I saw him talking about the fact that the moonlight is cold.
You did a good diagram there, actually. A good diagram there. That was
the diagram you were talking about earlier with the black sun and the Mason thing, right?
Yeah, so it ties in. Someone mentioned in the chat earlier on about how the flat Earth and the hollow Earth tie in together, but it's exactly that. That diagram he had there it's a flat plane, but it's hollowed in the middle, like you mentioned on the last show, and there's a sun on the inside, which is referred to as Summerland, which was discovered by Admiral Byrd, which Eugene talked about. So all of the stuff we're kind of talking about.
Yeah, I don't know why you roll your eyes, mate, because you're interested in Admiral Byrd, bro.
It's because I said it.
This is a different thing. This is
it's not. It's part of the same thing. They all connect like aliens.
No. This guy is. I parked my car. I saw this, and now that I'm an idiot, I have no idea how anything works. I'm gonna assume that this is how things are because I cannot understand anything else.
No,
it's like our ancestors also thought if you take a shower, the microbes are gonna get into your skin and you're gonna get sick. Like people thought.
I love that.
Shit forever.
This guy parked his car once upon a time, half in the shade, half in the sun,
and now he's Newton. It's like now he's making assumptions. Yeah, that's crazy.
He's just trying to find a justification for localized sun and localized moon. Is what he was trying to do, but obviously that was lost on yourself.
No.
All he was trying to say was that it's not that far away. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to affect half and half.
But come on, I mean, come on. We when has ever half and half happened to anyone that you know, that I know? Has that ever happened to anybody?
Mate, he's right about what he said about the temperature of the moon. He's right what he
said
about.
That's not what I'm asking you. Has anybody come out to their car being half and half?
I've never parked half. I've never noticed,
You've never noticed. Sorry, when I have to scrape the ice off my car, it's the whole car.
Yeah, never.
How often do you park half it under a tree? Because what he's saying, he's not saying. He's saying.
Yeah, and also the guy's voice is trembling. Who's going to take him seriously? That sounds like
to be honest, he's not very convincing with his sales pitches.
So Nicholas, hold on. Let me clear something up. Like if you present, like for example, if you and I talk and you say, "Look at this, look at that," there's some like stuff. I'm like, "Cool, I'll take you seriously." However, if you say, "I parked my car, I saw this, and now I'm going to make assumptions like the nature of the universe based on certain things," that's a different issue.
Moonlight exposure. He's basically saying half of my car was exposed to moonlight, half it wasn't, and half it was frozen, half it wasn't. He's not making like a bold claim. He's just saying there seems to be an inconsistency from the exposure that his car's received.
No,
yeah, but see, I come back to that whole thing. What I said before was, depending on what you believe or your pre-belief is, you can create a science reason why something happens. My point is, like, you're quite an intelligent guy. Do you really believe he came out and his car was half and half? Come on, like.
To be honest, not a very good salesman. I agree with Sean. Not very convincing with salesman. But all he's saying is that he left his his car in moonlight and half of it was under a tree. So he come out and found out that half of it had been frozen and half of it wasn't. So half of the car was exposed.
I'm going to wait until Jan.
Yeah,
listen, we're just around the corner.
It's an easy experiment to do.
We are all just around the corner from the part of the year where we can do this. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna park my car half in the sunlight. But there's the other problem with this whole thing is the moon moves, right? So even if you park your car where it's half up, the moon is seeing half the car, and then you've got a tree. At some point, the moon's going to be around here, and it might be able to see more of this.
Yeah,
but there will be millions of people in the same situation, and nobody's ever reported a half and a half car in the morning. It's either frosted or it's not.
It does seem a bit wild. I can't get what he's trying to say, but yeah, it does seem a little bit unreasonable.
Yeah, I'm going to dismiss that one. That's dog shit. But this is what we're part of the game here, right? It's okay. Not everything has to be true. We can all sit here and universally agree.
Thank you. I'm so glad you said that not everything has to be true.
The diagram was good. The graphics were good, though. The graphics were good with the depiction of the model.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the model. I'll go and figure out that model. I'll go and get that model because the black sun thing, for sure, the black sun is a thing. Like it's used in Nazi symbolism. There's financial companies called the Black Sun. It's a weird thing for random companies to call themselves.
Yeah.
So like I definitely want to look into the Black Sun because that's definitely got something. Maybe that's nothing to do with flat Earth, but it's something to do with something that isn't part of the normal discourse. So I want to look into that one. All right, see what we'll do. Last video, and then we'll go to bed. Okay.
Good. Sounds good.
Pick a good one, Butler. Pick a good one.
Well, pick a good one.
Let's go for what's this? I'm nervous about which one I'm going to pick. Okay.
You should do a wheel, like you do with Johnny, like the video wheel with different topics, and based on that.
I said I was going to figure it out. I haven't figured it out. You know, I'm going to figure it out.
Can you tell us the secret about Steven Spielberg? He eats babies, whole babies.
And that person happens to be a Hollywood mogul. And that person needs to be exposed, but unfortunately I can't be the one to do it. But the person that knows who did it and knows who he is watching right now, I guarantee you. There was a circle of older men that surrounded themselves around this group of kids.
I may end up running off with you myself, you know.
That's what Steven says.
It's Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good director, isn't he?
Yeah.
How that got in there? It's weird. Do we think Spielberg's a weird bad guy?
Yeah.
So I never. Well, again, I suppose it's because I was a bit naive before, but then I did see that. But actually, there's a lot of videos about Steven Spielberg and actually how he's not a very good person. But yeah, I suppose we can probably do a session on him at a later stage. But yeah, there's a lot. Johnny, it is, yes. Johnny says, "Is Poachy snoring?" He is.
Okay, I thought I could hear someone snoring. I thought I could hear someone snoring. I was like, "What is that? Is that the hackers listening again?" They're so noisy. How close is he to the camera that you can pick up on the snoring?
Hey,
there he is.
Let us see Perchy. Hey. No, clip it, Sean.
Clip it. Wait, I want to show you this one. This one, Anne Hesh. Have you heard about the Anne Hesh conspiracy?
No.
She was an actress.
I used to have a crush on her.
You used to have a crush on Anne Hesh?
But she's a lesbian, but I used to, yeah. In my younger.
She was crushed in a car accident, right? And then she died in the car accident. And then
What's her name?
Anne Hesh. She was apparently supposed to be about to expose one of these things. Like, she was about to expose, like, I don't know, something in Hollywood, and then she dies in a car accident, or they say she dies in a car accident, and then the helicopter caught the paramedics rushing her dead body. Right, they zipped up the black bag around her body, and then she's alive. She comes alive just before. I'll show you in the video. Watch this. It's weird as fuck.
This video showing the woman on a stretcher flailing and, according to neighbors, screaming at the time. Authorities say she suffered burns and was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
This car crash was one of those instances where we all remember parts of it because it was such a weird thing to watch in real time, because they kept telling us that the driver of this vehicle didn't survive, but then we see Anne actually rip herself out of the body bag while they're trying to load her in the back of the ambulance. Again, on live TV, so they can't cut that out. Just for them to later come back and say, oh, well, they had to sedate her in the ambulance and she didn't make it once she made it to the hospital, which was weird. For them to find out it's a famous actress who at the time was filming a documentary on human trafficking, which they downplayed the human trafficking documentary at the time, because again, this was 3 years ago. But everyone knew who Anne had been dating for years at the time, which was Ellen DeGeneres. Although they were broken up, Ellen had moved on to someone else There was a weird connection between Ellen and Diddy. Not only has Ellen had Diddy on her TV show multiple times, but Ellen also had this really weird nickname for Diddy that they try to not talk about anymore. But anytime you hear it, it's the weirdest cuddle, mix, snuggle stuff. And if that's not weird enough, if the documentary that Anne was doing at the time wasn't weird enough, everything Ellen has said to like distance herself from the crazy celebrities like Diddy that she has been known to be friends with, the fact that Diddy got arrested in like September, and then it took us like over a month to finally get all of the charges. In the same month that they listed all of the charges Diddy was being arrested for, Ellen moves to the UK. Not only does she move to a different country, she almost seems to be going into hiding, because now the only pictures we get of her are these super grainy pictures where she literally has cut and dyed her hair. That's right, Ellen DeGeneres no longer has the blonde hair that she is literally known for. She is changing her appearance and her looks in the United Kingdom. What is she saying her reason for leaving is because of Trump? But if you look at the timeline of her leaving, this was a few years after her ex-partner passed away, and the same time Diddy is starting to get in trouble for all of the horrendous things he's been doing. Maybe I'm reaching with all of this Ellen DeGeneres lore, but this, along with Ellen's history with Diddy, the super weird nickname, the documentary Anne was making, the timeline in which Ellen leaves the country and then changes her appearance, just screams to me guilty of something.
It's fucking weird.
I mean, it's a bit of a leap, but yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah, but actually there's a whole thing about Ellen DeGeneres, and I mean I've loved her because I used to watch her show when I was little. But there's, since her talk show ended, how much dark stuff has come out about her. And you know the DJ that she used to have on her show, Steven, he was in was it Step Up the movies, and how he committed suicide, but there's so much conspiracy around if that was actually a suicide or if it was something a little bit deeper. But yeah, we should probably do a show on that actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Put it on the list. Put it on the list, Nikos.
Put it on the whiteboard. And Ellen's already, she's on the whiteboard for a while, mate. She's on the whiteboard. She actually had Diddy on her show 17 times, so guilty by association.
Yeah, and that fucking, and in the background of her show set, that blue and white temple.
Epstein Island.
It's Epstein Island. Right, it's like this. It's weird.
Well, there's a lot of things on her set that they tie back to certain things. So it's not just the Epstein Islands. I think there's some stripes as well that represents something also. So yeah, there's a lot of deep things, which is again, it's so hard because you grow up with these people and you kind of like them and you have these affiliations with them, and then when you start to hear these bad stories, to kind of try believe anything bad about them is so.
I find it very easy. I find it very easy.
Remember a few years ago that Ellen DeGeneres.
I'm dialed into the right frequency.
Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres was one of the biggest TV shows on US TV, and now she's completely like cut herself off from society. Doesn't actively use social media, changes her appearance, moves to the Cotswolds. You know, like this.
Well, that was after the whole thing was when Stephen committed suicide, and then people started accusing her of all of her employees started accusing her of bad treatments and how everything was on the show. If I do pass out, it's because my laptop is going to die soon, so I don't know how much longer I've got.
Oh, we're going to go. We'll end off.
But Ellen, let's do one on Ellen a little bit later on, Mike. There's quite a lot of good stuff to talk about her.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Doesn't blame really anybody.
We'll do Ellen on Tuesday. Sunday or Tuesday. Are we going to add a third show in the week? We do Sunday, Tuesday, Friday.
I think we only members of the show. I think we only members of the show anyway because of obviously the inconsistencies in the scheduling over the last couple of weeks and stuff. Obviously, with the Christmas running, it's quite difficult to get everyone together. But whatever you want. If as long as it's scheduled ahead of time and everyone knows where we're meant to be, I think that will work.
Yeah, I'd like to be there for the Ellen one, please.
Of course, yeah. I've got more people I'm going to be introducing. My mate Andy from Australia. He wants to get on board it. I've got other people that want to jump on, so we're going to be. Not everyone's got to be on every single show. Even I don't have to be on every. If someone else doesn't want, if someone else wants to host, I can take a night off because I'm absolutely drunk again. It's time to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go. Massive thank you to Nikos, to Eugene, to Susie. There was no Teflon John tonight.
I missed Teflon.
I think it's the first show he's missed.
No, it's
I think
actually
he was one
good.
before. I think he was one before, but he's still
No,
got
he
the
popped,
partner.
he popped on the one. They popped on the last. He wasn't on the last one, but you and him popped on late to deal with Flat Earth. We got.
And I think I left.
Then you left. Yeah. Anyway,
It's Christmas. Everyone's busy. Everyone's busy. We appreciate everyone's got stuff to do and agendas and things going on. So just try and do
This isn't on top of everybody's agenda.
Because I heard you say a minute ago, I'll do it. I'll host it. If you think I'm going to let you host my show without me being here, I'm not a fucking chance, bro.
You offered it out there. I just threw my hat in the ring.
I mean, if Susie wants to talk about like celebrities, or if Eugene wants to talk about, I don't know, like Elon Musk or something, I'm not letting you. No fucking the whole fucking world.
You're just scared we'll get record numbers with me doing it. That's all you're scared of. Don't be scared.
You know what we should do? But we should all be on, but we should each have a turn to host, and then we can host our own topics and run it how we see. Although you actually are a really good host, though, Sean. So
it's not the same value, mate. Wouldn't be the same value.
What do you call yourself? A contrarian.
Yeah, contrarian. That's what I do. Yeah.
The other day, the way he flip flopped
Whoever
from being
is the
flat
most
earth to not flat earth in
lunatic,
about 5 minutes is amazing.
If the most lunatic is not lunatic enough, then I'll step in and be the most lunatic. That's what I do. Otherwise, I'm happy to just sit in the middle and blend whichever way the wind is going. Guys, we're going to leave it there. Massive thank you to everyone for their super chats and for their support and their attention. Eugene, massive thank you to you, mate. Good luck with the options market tomorrow, buddy. Appreciate you so much, man.
Yeah, mate. Gonna need it. Give some hugs to Destiny in the chat there. Looks like Destiny
Yeah,
had a
I
bit
was
of a
gonna
rough
say,
eye.
yeah.
Whatever Destiny's up to, let's give some love to Destiny out there. Like, he's one of the crew as well, mate. Even though he hasn't come on the shows, like, you know, he's one of the mods.
I haven't seen what's okay, mate. I hope you're okay, buddy. I really do. Hope you're okay.
Send him my love.
Yeah. Message me on DM. DM. I can't speak. DM me on Twitter, mate, if you want to chat, buddy. I'm always here for you, man. You're an absolute legend. Susie, thank you so much for coming on. Always a pleasure, miss. Always a pleasure. Do pat Perchy on the head. Good night. Pinch him on the nose. Pinch him on the nose so he snores a bit louder.
He's gonna die in the morning.
Nikos, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you as always, buddy.
Always
appreciate everyone. Have a great evening, guys. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.